football on LA36 is on the air. We're in the West San Fernando Valley at John Elway Stadium on the campus of Granada Hills. Should be a terrific game tonight as the Royals visit the Highlanders of Granada Hills. Granada Hills is 5-2-1. El Camino Real is 3-4. Hello, everybody. My name is Randy Rosenblum, set to call the play-by-play. West Valley League action. Huge game for El Camino, an opportunity to perhaps pull off an upset. Granada Hills is ranked in the top 10 in the LA City section. In the SB Live poll, they're number 6, so it is a great opportunity indeed for the Royals. We bring back an old friend, Dave Marcus. Not so old, but happy to be here. Dave, good to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Randy. Great to be here. Should be a fascinating game. The El Camino air attack against the Granada ground game. They will not put it up at all, but they're very effective.
Let's talk about this interesting ground game that Granada runs. How do you stop it?
Well, nobody's been able to really figure out how except Birmingham. They did a good job, but they run a double wing. It really started out of goal line situations, but it works so well, they use it all the time. They'll spread it out. It's 1940s football at 2023 speed.
And it's working in 2023 for the Highlanders. What works for El Camino Real is their tight end and defensive end, Jake Shirley. He is superb.
He's a leader. He's a leader in receptions. He's a leader in tackles. He's a leader in the locker room. A very smart player, 4.0 grade point average. And they're going to really need him to recognize on defense all the different formations Granada uses.
We talk about the Granada ground game. The ringleader is Darrell Stanley. He's quick.
He might be the best athlete on the field. Last week, he only carried the ball 4 times. He scored 3 touchdowns. Ran for 147 yards against Taft. He can fly.
Granada Hills is the favorite. Can El Camino spring in the upset? Stay with us. The kickoff is next on LA36. El Camino has won the toss and deferred. Traveling white and blue. Hawkins, that fine sophomore quarterback, number 12, is out there. Caden McCoy, number 4. And, of course, number 5, there's Jake Shirley. It is homecoming here at Granada Hills High School, and we just had skydivers. 3 of them on a gorgeous evening drop into John Elway Stadium. Dave, that's a nice sight, isn't it?
They all hit the logo. That's their mark.
Yeah, a logo 3. We had 3 of them come in, and they were on target. So El Camino's going to kick off. They'd like to have the help of a skydiver or 2. They're going up against a great football team tonight in Granada Hills. 5-2-1 are the Highlanders. Darrell Stanley is back deep. He's joined by his cousin, who's an outstanding player, Farrell Stanley. Farrell Stanley, the freshman, is outstanding. They just love him here. He's a great defensive back, and offensively he's also very talented. So Osintra will kick off. Quite a character. You'll meet him at halftime. We're going to meet all the seniors for El Camino Real. Jason Zabak, fine football coach at ECR, will chat with his seniors. 21 of them at halftime, so we'll have that for you. There's Kanye Martin, another terrific running back. They are loaded with great runners here at Granada Hills. Homecoming is about to commence in Granada. And again, what a night. Got a zephyr of a breeze. It is beautiful. We had a breeze earlier, but it has died down. Osintra advancing on the ball. And this West Valley League game starts with a pooch kick, and that's a live football. El Camino believes they have it, and they do. Caden McCoy.
How about that for establishing early momentum? It was a really good kick. Went high in the air, only went about 15 yards downfield, and El Camino a tremendous job of racing to the ball.
Another one of those seniors, Caden McCoy, number 4 is the one that fell on the football. You're right. Osintra did a nice job of producing that kick.
A little bobble on the play by Oliver Myers, a tight end. He's got sure hands, but he's not used to catching him and coming down with the skydivers.
ECR begins at the 36 of Granada Hills. The talented Kevin Hawkins, the quarterback. It's picked off and dropped. and Stanley nearly had the interception. Farrell had it go into and out of his hands.
Pretty good pass. It was thrown on a rope. But good opportunity there.
Key players for the Royals: Sanders, Jong, Shirley, who we talked about on the pregame. Hawkins, of course, the quarterback. Gagua, terrific on defense. Jared Gonzalez, the leader, number 71 of that offensive front. 2nd down and 10. Hawkins is getting better with every game. Threw that one behind Jalen Sanders.
They went
coverage from Pierre O'Bannon.
They went trips left and pretty good coverage by Granada Hills. A fly pattern from the receiver lined up near the near sideline. No chance to get it to him.
Well, we see early what Jason Zabalek wants to establish. He wants to throw the football.
He's going to air it out all night long. Jason Zabalek, the head coach, is calling the plays tonight. Rick Hayashida, offensive coordinator, under the weather, not here tonight. So Jason Zabalek calling the plays. He's called a couple of pretty good ones. They could have connected on those.
Well, Jason's been around the block for a while. He's called plays before. So he's doing a little double duty tonight as the head coach and offensive coordinator. 3rd and 10. Long signal count. Pressure. Hawkins trying to move forward in the pocket. Doesn't go very far. That defensive front with terrific penetration.
That's going to bring up 4th down.
Offense staying out on the field. Randy, you're on the 37-yard line. You're not going to gain that much by a punt. Too long for a field goal.
50 Oliver Taylor is the leader of that Granada Hills defense, and he got right in there and got to Hawkins. 4th down and 11, and as Dave alluded to, the offense is still out there. Pressure again.
Pressure on Hawkins.
Completed, but O'Bannon brings down the receiver, Carrillo. And the ball goes over on down.
Really good coverage by O'Bannon. He stayed with Carrillo on that play down the sideline. This time they turn it into the middle. He's right there to make the tackle.
That's a big win for the Granada Hills D, isn't it? After that pooch kick and turnover that gave El Camino Real great field position, Highlanders able to hold on downs, and here they come.
Stanley, number 2.
Stanley, the quarterback, lost the ball. Able to get back on it. So a shaky start for Granada Hills. And there was pressure again from Jalen Sanders, number 1. He didn't get to the football, but that is a major setback for the Highlanders.
Well, Stanley almost going out of a wildcat. He's not a quarterback by training. He's a running back, but when you have your best athlete back there, give him a chance to handle the ball. That one way over his head.
Well, the 2 Stanleys are critical. Kanye Martin is also a wonderful running back. We already saw Oliver Taylor do some work on defense. The key players for the Highlanders.
Everybody in tight in the formation. No wide receivers split.
Stanley. They hem him in. He's hard to bring down. McCoy trying to get that ball loose. Good job by that El Camino LD.
They've got to be encouraged by the fact that Stanley wasn't able to get to the edge. Good job of hemming him in. You know, you see the Granada offense. They're all in tight, but they're all going all different directions. That time, El Camino recognized really well, overloaded the far side of the field.
Oh, by the way, we're down to 9:35 left in the opening quarter with Granada having the ball. If they churn out first downs, this could be a rapidly paced football game. 3rd and very long, and it's a delay. And again, the ECR defense hems in Martin. He goes nowhere. Cade McCoy with a great first series on defense. Number 4 for Elko.
Well, Granada prides themselves on being able to grind it out, but they were not able after that big loss on the first down play. Good defensive stand for the Royals.
Pearsall the punt. Elko figures to get real good field position. And if you're Jason Zabalik, you have to like the start. You would have liked to produce points, but they are hanging with the number 6 ranked team in the LA City section. A favorable roll, and it's scooped up by Gagwa. And he's to the 45-yard line, and that's where the Royals will begin.
Good decision for Gagwa to grab that ball. It's dangerous sometimes, but it was a favorable hop. He saved about 15 yards.
Gagwa, the hero at Chatsworth. Remember that goal line stand? All Elko fans do. One play for the ball game from the 1-yard line. He made the stop. He was the hero. And Elko got the big win against Chatsworth.
Well, back-to-back weeks, they got a goal line stand to win that game, and then the following week against Taft, they won on the last play of the game.
Yeah, touchdown pass to Coulter from the man who's going to pilot him right now, Kevin Hawkins. Kona's off and running. He's a good-looking young football player, Kona Malik. And Malik, who had the huge game over 100 yards against Taft, his first carry is good enough for a first down. And the Royals have come out, and they look impressive.
Interesting to watch Hawkins, only a sophomore. He's physically so gifted. 6'4", 190-pounder. It's interesting to watch him learn to pilot this offense.
Royals have a lot of good running backs. They're underclassmen. The running back room in years to come, very good at ECR. Malik, this time they're waiting for him.
Taken down quickly.
Driven down by John Williamson. Jaden Garcia was there as well. Garcia is a big kid, nose guard, plays center, 6 feet, over 250 bills. He's listed at 285. Second down and long. So far, the defense is playing pretty good football. That one's behind John. Hawkins has not been able to find his receivers yet.
Would have taken a perfect throw. Once again, the coverage was very, very good.
4 down and 10 to go.
Third down.
Just above 7 minutes to play in a scoreless opening quarter.
You know, Darrell Stanley, an outstanding defensive back as well as an offensive player for Granada. Right there on the coverage.
Oh, I love this stadium, John Elway Stadium. Of course, he was the great quarterback here, went on to star at Stanford and have the illustrious NFL career. Good crowd on hand on homecoming, and again, it's a lovely evening. Temperature in the 70s. Hawkins pressured again. Taylor again. Number 50 is everywhere. Oliver Taylor.
What a job by the 6'3" senior. Hawkins maybe a little shaken up on the play, or maybe just upset that they're giving the ball back.
Yeah, he's not too pleased as he comes to the sideline, but he looks to be healthy. Osintra on the punt. Vergen's another one of those guys who's a very good football player up front.
Taylor, great job coming from the edge, recognizing that Hawkins was stepping forward. Took off his hat.
Osintra called upon to punt it away on 4th and 17. We expected fireworks here, Dave. So far, it's defense the order of the evening. But we're only 5.5 minutes in.
In a stadium named for one of the greatest quarterbacks ever, here we have a game that's primarily been relying on the ground.
Osintra dropped the ball. He's in trouble, and down he goes.
Highlanders cover up.
First wonderful opportunity for the Highlanders of Granada Hills. Hopefully, Frank is okay.
Good coverage in there. Kanye Martin in on it. Along with Darrell Stanley.
Advantageous field position for Granada Hills. They'll start from inside the Royal 34.
El Camino had an opportunity as Osintra trouble getting the handle on that one. But he's okay. He's staying out on the field. He plays defense also. Now the Royals weren't able to capitalize on a turnover in Granada territory. Now the Highlanders have an opportunity.
And you see how they're packed in tight. Simple handoff. Martin powering inside the 30. Jaguar, the first to make contact along with McCoy.
Number 7, Joseph Edwards in on coverage.
Kind of a pistol look there on the inside handoff by Stanley.
See how fast they go. Emilio Lobo running hard. He's a shifty running back, number 21. Rushed for well over 300 yards this year. They spread the wealth. They spread the sugar in the backfield with their running backs.
Lucky Brooks has a lot of athletes back there.
And you see how they run this offense so fast. Stanley
keeps the football, gets through.
Oh, what balance. And a first down for Granada Hills. They're an offense that plays with enthusiasm, with excitement, and they go quickly.
Pretty good sell on the handoff that time by Stanley. He's showing some quarterbacking skills back there. He sold it.
That was a shifty move once he got into the secondary. Farrell Stanley to the outside.
He will tiptoe in.
Close to the goal line.
Out of bounds.
Not quite there, but Farrell Stanley able to turn the corner.
You know, you see the formation in tight. You think they're going right up the middle, but they don't. They use the sides very well that time. The speed of Stanley getting him on the doorstep.
First and goal, Granada Hills. And they run it to the outside. Pierre O'Bannon, touchdown, Granada Hills. You can't turn the ball over and give them that kind of field position. Too good an offense.
And they made quick work of it after they got the ball on the miscue on the punt.
And they're a football team that'll go for 2 points with this offense. Well, they feel confident they can get it in.
It's the origin of the offense. They were working on goal line plays.
But it's the confidence, too. They believe they can get it in from the short distance. 6-0, Granada Hills. And indeed, they are going for 2. Williamson in there as a blocking back, number 11.
Flag before the snap.
Prior to the snap, encroachment, defense, half the distance to the goal, repeat the try.
You know, the center, Bryce Gamble, 52, he turned and talked to his Wildcat back, and I think he said, call it out, I'm not going to snap it. They were trying to draw him offside, get closer for that 2-point try.
Greg Becker, the former softball coach in the LA City section, actually won a title at Kennedy High School. He's been a long-time official as well, and a good one. Well, they're a little bit closer. They'll go for it. Farrell Stanley will walk in. 8-0 Granada.
And the score, Highlanders 8.
A very efficient drive and a very efficient 2-point try.
It's hard enough to stop one, Stanley. 2's even more difficult. And number 1's a freshman. Number 4's not bad either. That's O'Bannon and a touchdown.
Visit that snack bar. Snack bar is open on both sides.
Good job up front by Granada. Not allowing the defensive end to get out there. We talked in the open about Stanley, about Jake Shirley, and it's really going to be important for him in the end position to try to contain some of those plays, not let Granada get outside and use their speed.
One thing about this Granada Hills team, they play downhill too. If they get a lead on you, they just keep running that stuff, and you start to get down mentally on defense, and they start breaking off huge runs.
Sanders, number 31, Javon Papua.
Marin with the kickoff. It'll be good field position for El Camino Royal. What do you want to see from the Royals on this series of downs?
You know, I think Hawkins needs to just hit his receivers. He's getting people out in patterns. He's thrown behind them a little bit. Lead them a little bit more. Try to get a couple of completions, build some confidence.
Hawkins at quarterback.
Illegal kick out of bounds. Granada Hills, they choose to take the ball 25 yards from where they kicked it, 35-yard line. First down.
Thank you, Craig, for the explanation. Let's see what Hawkins and company can establish here. Had it a couple times. They have not moved the pigskin. Malik for 2. Taylor again draped all over him.
50, Oliver Taylor. Number 12, Anthony Goche. On the coverage.
You know, we're sitting outside, Dave, and I took the coat off. It's absolutely wonderful.
Could not ask for a better night.
And 8.
Lights taking effect here. Had a gorgeous sunset, and the skydivers came in, and you can see on that Granada Hills side, that far side, they're packed in here on homecoming. Hawkins taking to the air, and it's batted down and nearly intercepted by Martin. Kanye got his hands on it.
Boy, the ball got batted in the air, and Martin had a sure interception.
3rd down and 8.
The Royals fortunate to get that one back. You work on the tip drill all the time. That was a more difficult play than I thought watching it the first time.
3rd and 8. 4:34 remains in the opening quarter. Highlanders by 8-0. West Valley League football. Royals football. This is Jake Shirley's first catch. And he's a tough customer.
Close to the stripe.
Shirley.
You'll meet him at halftime. And again, 21 seniors will talk to you and talk about their experience at ECR. It is good enough for a first down. They're going to move the chains. So Shirley got the job done.
Really good play by El Camino. They had Stanley split to the near side. They had press coverage on him that left a vacuum that Shirley filled with the catch.
Number 5, a wonderful receiver, over 50 catches this year in his senior season. And that could be a confidence builder for quarterback Kevin Hawkins.
But the corner's really playing tight.
Kona Malik. And again, it's Taylor. Number 50 is a one-man wrecking crew on defense. I'm impressed with Malik. He hits the hole quickly.
Straight ahead is often the best way to go, and he's getting there on the spot.
Call it a 3-yard gain. 2nd down.
Interesting battle to watch on the outside between Pharrell Stanley and Caden McCoy of Granada. Pierre O'Bannon and Jalen Sanders. They're really having a battle on every play.
Hawkins
pass
threw that
incomplete.
awry, missed his target. He had a couple receivers over there, and I'm not sure where he was going with that one. Carrillo was in the area. So was Jake Shirley.
Would not have been first down yardage.
3rd down and 7.
Shirley now with 54 catches on the year. 3rd and 7. Can they convert again? 3:44 left opening quarter. Scrimmaging from the El Camino 48. Incomplete for John. Secondary coverage again from Pierre O'Bannon.
He's doing a great job. O'Bannon that time set up on the far side of the field, but he made a nice hit.
4th down and 7.
That pass was on target. Just tremendous coverage by Pierre O'Bannon.
At this point, El Camino unable to sustain first downs. They got one on that drive, and for Jason Zabalik, tough first quarter after a good start. But he knew he was up against a terrific Granada Hills team tonight. They are the decided underdog. Oh, Sintra, remember he dropped the last one. This is a much better job by Frank, and he kicks it right by Stanley. Darrell Stanley will pick it up inside his 10.
Pick it up. Wants to run.
Comes across the 15-yard line.
Well, good job by Osintra getting that one off. Granada Hills pushed back inside the 20. See if El Camino with the full field can stand up to him on this defensive opportunity.
Nice job by the offensive line last time. Number 52, Bryce Gamble.
Well, that's a very good Granada Hills team. They've rushed for nearly 3,000 yards this season. They average just about 300 a game. 6.5 yards every time they tote the football, and they've rushed for 31 scores this year.
New Church at quarterback.
Stanley. That's a good job pushing the pile. New Church has come in, and he's quarterbacking the team, so they're alternating signal callers, giving El Camino a little bit different look, a different wrinkle with that offense.
Well, I don't know if any of them are going to put the ball in the air. They've only thrown 9 passes all year.
They didn't throw a pass last year when they won the City Division I title. They won the whole thing in D1 till they got to the state tournament. So against no city teams did they throw a pass.
Gives to Nasir and Alolabo.
Another short gain there. They only needed 3.
No gain for Nasir.
Nasir comes up a little bit short. It's going to bring up a 3rd down. Emilio Lobo.
Oh, the short gain.
So it's 3rd down and 2.
And 2 yards to go.
You know, I asked Coach Jason Smolik before the game, how do you stop me? You put 12 in the box? He said, I would if I could. But you can't just play up the middle against Granada.
Well, Granada's a tough football team. And they're doing it the old-fashioned way. Would you say 1940s, 1950s?
Yep.
Stanley looking to find a hole.
Well, Stanley, the ball carrier.
And he does enough for a first down. Gagwa got him, but it was too late. He's able to move the sticks.
When that ball was snapped, there were 22 players within a 10-yard span.
On the keeper.
You'd think that, you know, you'd run into somebody by accident when it's that crowded, but Stanley did a good job of toting it.
Well, Granada Hills knows how to run this offense. The double wing. They're very proficient at it, and they do it every day, and these other teams just don't defend it all the time. Look how in tight they are. Makes it easier on our camera crew because they just shoot straight in there. Stanley again. Darrell Stanley, not much. Jake Shirley, number 5, got his shoulder into Stanley.
Stanley got the snap that time and hesitated just a moment, waiting for a hole that never opened. Good job by El Camino to keep everything closed.
Peter Halotnik and number 17, Oliver Myers.
Second down and 9. Down to 1:15 left in the opening quarter. Granada 8-0. Farrell Stanley takes the direct snap.
Stanley, the ball carrier.
Great bounce, but he's taken down from behind by Jalen Sanders.
Number 1, Jalen Sanders with the
Sanders, who had that wonderful game against Taft, broke out, had a couple touchdowns. One running, one catching.
And 8.
A gifted athlete.
They wanted to go left that time. There was nothing there. He tried to cut it back on his own. A good job again by El Camino to not let him get to the edge.
ECR trying to get off the field defensively on 3rd and 8. They need a stop. Farrell Stanley is the one who will take the direct snap this time. That counter play to Martin, and Jake Shirley would have none of it. Edwards was there as well, but it was Shirley that denied him.
The leading tackler recognizing the play. He's had such a terrific year.
I was talking about the Granada enthusiasm earlier, Dave, as the quarter concludes. That's what Jake Shirley gives you. He's an enthusiastic intense guy, both on offense and defense.
I think if you're Jason Sabalik, you feel pretty good about only being down one score after you turn the ball over in your own territory inside the 35-yard line. They've done a good job on the last couple of series keeping that Granada ground attack under control.
What I think you like if you're Jason Sabalik, you don't look like you're mismatched. You're playing a top 10 team, and you're not being dominated. You might be being outplayed by a shade, but there's not a great discrepancy off the first 12 minutes.
And Hawkins is showing a little bit that he's settled down. His passes were a little more on target the last series. They're going to have some opportunities. Maybe he can get one over the top.
Where's Prep Sports Night Live, Wednesdays, 7 o'clock live for an hour. Rich Estrella and Bob Gibson. I think it's the most entertaining prep sports show on television. It is raucous and it is a lot of fun. Of course, SoCal Prep Report, I'm joined by Tariq Fattal. We're a little bit more mainstream. We give you the scores, some opinions, some highlights, some coaches' interviews. It's live at 9 o'clock. We'll be on again next Thursday right here on LA36.
An extra shout out to my guy Brian.
Well, it's 4th down, and Granada Hills is going to relinquish the football.
Brian doing a great job on varsity cheer.
They do a nice job of running their homecoming here. It's well produced. Have those skydivers drop in. Move the game to 7:15 for their homecoming activities. And
well, you love the support. Love the support too. The stands on the far side are bigger than the stands on this side, and they are full.
Short punt.
And it's a great punt.
Not an easy one to handle for Gagwa. He finally got his mitts on it. Good coverage coming down the field by Granada Hills.
Again, one of those decisions. Do you let it go by you? Do you try to pick it up? Ball harmlessly out of bounds. And again, pretty good field position for the Royals.
Can they take advantage of the field position? And they've had some opportunities. Remember, they recovered that pooch punt early and just stalled immediately. You're waiting for Hawkins to hit a big one here. He's done that over the year. Some big passes. Marker is out.
And that's going to be a big one. It's a personal foul, 15 yards, I believe.
Personal foul against El Camino Royale.
24-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Royal.
Well, that great field position just dropped off to mediocre. It gets a little bit more challenging for Hawkins and company. Boy, you look at him and you just say, wow, just a sophomore. He's going to be sensational. He's chiseled. First down, Elko. Pressured from Taylor. He gets around Hill. That's a nice job by the sophomore quarterback of Elko. But Taylor's getting there on every down.
He's been in the backfield as much as the El Camino running backs.
6-yard gain, 2nd down and 4.
Hawkins was looking left. He had 4 receivers to that side, but no chance to fire the ball.
What could have been a loss became a 6-yard gain because of Kevin Hawkins. First 30 seconds of the second quarter, 8-0 Granada Hills. Sanders and Jong are 2 receivers you would think would be very involved in this offense tonight, along with Shirley. Delayed handoff.
Mr. Malik, he's pulled back quickly.
Nothing there.
Number 11,
Williamson.
John Williamson, the 13th.
Williamson is a good football player and did not allow Kodamalik to go anywhere.
He's a senior, 6'2".
And 3.
Big kid too. Tough. One of the leaders of the Highlander D. Taylor was there as well. He's in on every tackle for Granada. 3rd and short. Hawkins to the air. He's got Shirley. Shirley breaks a tackle. 1st down, Elko. He wants that late flag. I don't think he's going to get it, but Jake Shirley does the job repeatedly.
I love the call. Safe pass. Let Shirley create yards after the catch. He got around the corner, got the 1st down.
Takes more than one to bring him down, too. A lot of teams have, put 2 on him to try to slow him down, but he is a wonderful player. And it could have been a late hit, couldn't it?
42-yard line.
Anili Lobo got over there late.
1st and 10.
And when you're playing a top 10 team and you're within a score, 1 possession game, Jason Zabalik, and you mentioned it in the 1st quarter, and it has to be thrilled. He's seen his team develop, get better. Another short pass. Carrillo, and he's thrown back. Granada all over that one.
Nice tackle there and coverage.
Anilio Lobo again.
Well, El Camino went empty that time. 5 receivers in the pattern. You got to get rid of it quickly in that situation. It was good coverage by Granada to hold him to a very short gain.
Of course, El Camino has 3 wins this year. 14-7 over North Hollywood. 28-27 over Chatsworth, and the electrifying 37-32 win at Taft. Have not had a home game, but the good news, the field is coming along. That turf field should be ready in November. Perhaps a deep run in the playoffs. Elko could still get a home game this season. Hawkins to the air. Threw it behind Jong.
Complete. Going to bring up 3rd down and a short 8.
It'll be 3rd down and 8. Kevin would like to have that one back.
It was pretty good coverage by Stanley, who was stride for stride with Jong.
Nice seeing Bucky Brooks before the game. Head coach who led Granada Hills to the title last year. Very accommodating. Came up to Dave and I immediately, said, "What do you guys need?" And told us about his football team. You asked him about how do you stop your own team? How do you get everybody in the box to slow down the wing team? Not a lot of people have. Birmingham's the lone exception. Looking for a conversion are the Royals. Instead, they get a flag for a delay of game.
Prior to the snap, delay a game, offense. 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
Well, they sent Mortazavi in motion, but by the time he started the motion, that clock was ticking down.
Make it 3rd down and 13 yards.
Now the chore is more difficult. 3rd and 13. Ball back at the 39. You would think the green shirts are going to tee off and come after Hawkins. Kevin's used to that. He's taken some hits this year. Baptism under fire. He's got 4 receivers to his right. He's looking over there, and he's hit as he delivers it, and it's incomplete.
Completely sacked by the Highlanders.
Had really no chance to deliver the football.
No running back, no opportunity to pick off that on rusher.
4th down, and the punting unit is on the
David Rodriguez, 88, and Oliver Taylor again. It was Taylor that blocked it.
Hey, once again, we want to welcome back to all our Granada Hills alumni. We want to connect with you.
4th down and a punting situation for the Royals.
Where the staff and students are waiting to greet you. Sign in tonight.
Of course, every time you punt it, you're punting to one of the Stanley kids, and you're really risking it. So let's see where Osintra directs the ball.
The booth is located.
Once again, at halftime, we have a wonderful setup for you. All 21 of the seniors chat with Jason Zabalik. You'll hear from all of them. Osintra's punt is blocked. Still loose.
Looking for the football. They're trying to pick it up. They stumble in.
Down to the goal line. It's 1st down. Kanye Martin was right there.
Nice.
Also down there to recover was Cameron Monroe.
By the Highlanders.
Osintra double clutched on the punt attempt, and Martin, like a shot blocker, coming in to swap that one.
And then Monroe recovered it.
He's a big guy, 6-footer, got up high.
Well, now you're at point blank range in Granada Hills with 9:26 on the doorstep.
Martin just got around the block and made the block.
Look for all the world that Cameron Monroe would scoop and score. First and goal for a Highlander touchdown. Just like that. Stanley waiting for the direct snap, and again El Camino Real charges offside.
There's a whistle.
Encroachment. Defense. Half the distance to the goal. Still first down.
ECR brings back Jared Gonzalez, that outstanding offensive lineman, into the middle of the defensive front for more bulk. Stanley
right up the middle.
trying to get in.
A Highlander tush push. It's good.
Touchdown. They give him the score.
Darrell Stanley.
Well, a couple of El Camino mistakes turned into a couple of Granada Hills touchdowns. They're not going to throw them back. They're going to take them.
Kind of a mass of humanity.
They've been playing on a short field, and for Stanley, his wonderful season continues.
In the end zone.
He's a junior. Again, they're not kicking PATs at Granada Hills. They're going for two. They easily captured the two-point conversion the first time. Emilio Lobo this time will take the direct snap and run with it. Easy. How often do you see two-point conversions twice when they walk in?
Yeah, they had a great hole that time.
We want to make sure we get the referees in for today's game.
That builds the total to 16-0.
And Lobo really not touched. There's the touchdown from Stanley.
Joshua Glenn. The line judge, Gilbert Acedo.
It's an interesting team, Granada Hills, isn't it?
Anthony Corona.
You know, they don't wow you in some respects because of the way they play, but you look up at the scoreboard and they just build a lead.
How much do we hear about the need for balance? You got to mix up the run and the pass. They throw that out the window. We got the run, try to stop it.
Yeah, and they mix it up with different formations and different bodies.
Channel 36.
Although the formations are similar, but they just take different directions.
High school season. LA36.
Well, you've got those two wingbacks. We'll take a look at it the next time they get the ball. They've got those two wingbacks, and those can be weapons going to either side.
The Alex Marin kick and coverage is superior.
Covered up by the Royals, number 24.
Well, El Camino Real needs to find an offense. They're down 16.
And it'll be first.
Yeah, they need to grind out a couple of first downs. Give their defense a breather. Give their mental state a breather. Find some success.
Well, you can't fault the defense. I mean, the two touchdowns starting, one was near the red zone and the other one was inside the 5. You can't ask your D to hold up against this kind of potent attack with that kind of field position. Randy Rosenblum, Dave Marcus, Royals football on LA36. Malik will reset. Malik will take the handoff, and he's cut down for a loss.
Taken down quickly. Number 88,
Again,
Mateo Burgess.
Burgess in the backfield.
And says hello.
Well, 4 in the pattern and not a lot of help blocking after the handoff.
Loss on the play. Let's call it second down.
Second down and about 11 and a half. So far, El Camino unable to stretch the field. Perhaps they can get Caden Jong, number 2, involved. Got a 70-yard touchdown in a critical moment against Chatsworth. Turn the game around. That jet sweep with Jalen Sanders. And Emilio Lobo won't have anything of it.
Great read by Granada. They saw that all the way.
Nasir and Alolabo with the coverage.
And not only an Alolabo coming over there, but once again, Oliver Taylor coming all the way over from the defensive line as they tried to string out the play.
I would think that Oliver Taylor appreciated the skydivers more than anyone. He's a pilot. He's a licensed pilot, and he loves anything in the sky or coming out of the sky, right? It's hard to believe he's better than a 4.0 student. He's like Jake Shirley. He's just one of those guys who's got it all. And he can fly an airplane. How many kids in high school are licensed pilots?
He's pretty good stopping things on the ground,
He's
too.
stopping everything. 3rd and 13. Hawkins again has it batted down.
Knocked down again. The Highlander front line getting
Hawkins is going to say to the guys up front, guys, you got to protect him. You got to help me.
It wasn't a deep drop. He was trying to get the ball out quickly.
Hey, we don't forget,
shaking his head as he comes over to the sideline.
It's frustrating, isn't it?
Fortunate not to have that one picked off.
Kanye Martin's the one that got his hands up and blocked it. He's the same guy that rejected the punt. Number 3 is a good-looking football player for Granada Hills. He's a senior, 6 feet and 175 pounds. And now quickly you're turning the ball back to Granada down 16, and the Highlanders looking to add on. Well, Cintra, good kick. Stanley coming up to greet it at the 40, dropped it, recovers it in the air. Still on his feet and fighting for 3 yards. Maybe the toughest 3 yards for Stanley this year. Darrell Stanley.
Nice kick by Osintra. Got some hang time on that one. Stanley started to run before he caught it. Did a good job of not coughing it up.
It'll be 1st and 10, Highlanders.
Well, the El Camino defense at least starts on defense with the ball in Granada Hills territory. Not the short field this time. Let's see if they can mount a stand and get it back for an opportunity to score before halftime.
Putting a lot of pressure on that D against this offense.
43-yard line. Andrew Newchurch,
number 14. For the moment, the quarterback. Pierre O'Bannon still going. Inside the El Camino 40, and a flag is down.
O'Bannon, 1st and 10. There's a flag on the field, however.
It's a credit to Granada how well they run this offense.
And, again, it's audition time at quarterback. They don't really have a starting quarterback right now, and everybody seems to be doing a good job back there.
Yeah, if you're on defense, it's hard to find any tendency of a player because it changes so much. Craig Becker with the call.
Face mask. Defense. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
So the Highlanders get the extra 15 yards.
That's the contact in the face mask, not the grabbing. O'Bannon's pretty quick, too.
Now, yardage-wise, O'Bannon has not had a large chunk of real estate this year, but he's enjoying a nice evening. O'Bannon stumbling this time.
O'Bannon.
But he continues to fight. Talking about balance with some of the other running backs like a Stanley or a Martin, but O'Bannon showing his ability to stay on his feet.
That was really impressive how he fought off gravity there.
6-yard gain, 2nd down and 4.
Gravity's like Father Time. It doesn't go away. Huh?
No, not at all. Turned that into a 6-yard gain. That's a tremendous play.
It really is. Farrell Stanley bouncing outside. Turns the corner. Look at the speed of Farrell Stanley. 1st down, Granada Hills. They're in the red zone.
They had him trapped, but when they didn't get him down, they slingshotted him toward the sideline.
down.
Once again, Granada Hills threatening more of a timeout prior to the next snap. El Camino takes the timeout.
Timeout.
Of course, the Stanley brothers, great athletic talents, but they've got a cousin, Dijon, who's a tremendous player, who's playing for the University of Utah. He's played on special teams in 3 games so far this year.
Syed Thomas, 24 for El Camino, is hustling on defense, but I feel bad for him because he's on the chase throughout. It's tough to reel these Stanleys in. You throw Martin into the mix, O'Bannon and others. It's just not easy.
You know, you think about Granada Hills, they're going to run the ball every time. You think that's really going to be boring. It's not at all boring the way they run it.
Timeout by the Royals.
It's diversified.
I believe we're their first timeout here in the first half.
Royals take the defensive timeout to regroup. Ball on the 16-yard line of the Royals. Andrew Newchurch is the signal caller. Martin. Kanye Martin. Another strong run. Refusing to go down and moving the pile.
Was that the tush push from about the 8-yard line?
There's a flag down.
Aiding the runner. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Perhaps it was, yes. You think that's going to get outlawed next year? Could. Most people want it to stay, though.
What I don't understand is when teams get inside the 1 and they don't run that play at the college and the professional level.
That was some effort by Kanye Martin. That pile's still going on. It's going to be a long replay.
Can you multiply yards after contact by the number of people that contact them?
You'd like to. Well, they're backed up a little bit with the infraction, but still it's first and short, 1st and 4. And this is a big ask for the Royal defense against that offense with the likes of Stanley and Martin out there. Gargaro is out there, the lead fullback. Martin bouncing to the corner. He's got the angle by the pylon. Touchdown for Kanye Martin. Granada Hills has built a 22-0 lead.
Tremendous job by Martin bouncing off the pile.
10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat. First down.
Take the 6 off the board. I didn't see the flag come out, did you?
I didn't see the flag come out. I don't know how you call holding in the middle of a 21-player scrum. But the officials are a lot closer than we are, and I'm sure that was a warranted penalty. Let's see if we can pick it up. Well, I saw one of the El Camino players going down backwards right as Martin popped to the outside.
So if you're Kanye Martin, you have this powerful run inside. That's taken back with the push. Then you bounce one to the outside for a touchdown. You think you got to score, and there's a hold, and that one's returned. So it's back to 16-0. Let's see if El Camino can take advantage and get a defensive stop. Six and a half minutes to play in the opening half, and Granada Hills looking like a top 10 team in the LA City section. Darrell Stanley lined up as the quarterback. He's going to throw the ball, and it's incomplete. Well, the 10th pass of the year for Granada Hills. You look startled. The intended target was Hladnak, and he has their 2 receptions from the receiving spot this year.
I didn't know the ball could go in the air when Granada Hills has it in their hands. Bucky Brooks trying something different.
Well, Bucky wants to throw the football, but he's just built a double wing T team that's had so much success. And again, they're the reigning D1 champs. This year they're up in the rankings, so they may go into the Open division. The top 8 teams go to the Open. The next group of teams go to D1, and they won that D1 title. They just missed the Open division a year ago. Martin up the middle. Kanye Martin spinning down to the 7-yard line. It was a 2nd down and goal. Nice chunk there, but it'll bring up 3rd down and goal.
So, you know, all the El Camino defensive coaches right now are telling the team, see, I told you we had to prepare for the pass attack.
Yeah. What's the over and under? Do you think they'll get to 2?
I don't know. I mean,
Call a short 3.
3rd and 3. Number 3 might just see the ball again. Stanley keeping it himself.
Keeps the football.
Still going.
To the end zone.
That's a great effort. Touchdown.
No signal.
It is a touchdown for Darrell Stanley, and he earned that one. He's looking back to see if there's a flag. There is none.
a very patient run by Stanley. Patiently waiting for the play to develop, then picking his way through, using the power to get in.
It'll be 1st and goal, though.
Oh, they did not call it a touchdown? I think this is a 2-point try.
I think it's a 2-point try as well. This time it's denied. Edwards with a wonderful play. Joseph Edwards knifing in with the defensive stop, and it remains 22-0. This offense fooled the public address announcer, but we had it for you. It was a touchdown earlier. And this is the Stanley score. I don't think there's any question he gets in with that 2nd effort.
Well, he really stayed on his feet a long time.
His knees never hit the ground, though, when he stretched out, got over the goal line. 22-0.
Tee it up. Jalen Carrillo.
Alec Marin to kick off. 19.
Alongside number 3. Check that 31.
This one's returnable for Sanders. Tackled by Martin. Kanye Martin's in on a lot of tackles. You know, it's interesting what you love about high school football, Dave. You got 3-4 guys that just do everything, and we see that with, you know, Shirley for El Camino Royale, and you see it with the 2 Stanleys and Kanye Martin for Granada Hills. Well, that offense needs to wake up, or it's going to become a very long game for the Royals. They're down 22-0.
No, they haven't tried going over the top, but Hawkins really hasn't had a lot of time to set up to throw it over the top. They've been trying safe passes. He's been under pressure throughout.
Hawkins, the quarterback.
They've got the receivers spread again.
The question is protection. He's had a number of balls batted down.
And a whistle before the snap.
Timeout. Granada Hills.
Timeout. Highlanders.
First time out of the half.
Well, the Granada saw something they weren't expecting. Got the timeout called.
The first half of play.
Again at halftime, and we're just above 5 minutes away from it. That man, Jason Zabalik, who loves the microphone. I think he wants to be an announcer someday. Well, he's going to interview 21 of his best friends. You know, it's a family when you coach at the high school level, really at any level. You get really close. It's a community. And you'll see that warmth, that friendship when the coach interviews the 21 seniors. And
it's been a tough year for these seniors playing without a home game. They're having their homecoming game at Cleveland next week. It's a tough situation. They're not getting on airplanes. They're not flying cross country, but it's still, you like to play at home, have your friends and family come out in a familiar setting.
You are getting on buses. Sometimes a bus ride can be fun, but when you lose, it isn't. Hawkins rolling and throwing for Shirley, and he can't handle it.
Shirley, the intended receiver.
Coverage was good, but a pretty good pass by Stanley that time. On the move, rolling out to his right. Shirley was there. He was met by Pharrell Stanley on the defensive coverage.
Second down and 10.
Second down and 10 for El Camino Real. But again, we've mentioned it a couple times already on the telecast. No deep balls. And really the problem is you don't have time to sit back in a pocket and let one of these receivers get down the field. Protection needs to improve for El Camino, or they just won't move it against this tough Granada Hills D.
Well, that time they got Hawkins out of the pocket, so he got a little more opportunity to throw the ball on the run. Again, a pretty good throw.
And he is mobile. He can do that, and that is the strategy. Move that pocket. He's got a strong arm. The receiver able to grab it, Carrillo. First down. There they stretch the defense.
Well, everybody bit. He had single coverage on the outside. It was Carrillo receiving it, and he was watched by Anthony Gaucher. Did a good job of coming up with this ball after not catching it cleanly, but everybody bit on the run to the sideline.
Concentration there as well for Carrillo to bring that one in. Not an easy grab.
It was a good throw by Hawkins, too, because he got it over the defender. And the defender has the size advantage. Gaucher is, well, he's listed at 5'9", but Carrillo is listed at 5'8".
The battle of the short guys.
I say listed, you know, it's high school. They can grow 3 inches in a week.
Yeah, they can, and I'm not sure these represent their true heights and weights either. I think Granada Hills has a tendency to fudge some of them. Here is Hawkins again moving, this time to the left. The Martin's all over him. Ball came out. There's a marker down. Smart thing to do is to run the other way, but the play was called dead. Ramiro Rios, for just an instant, thought he was going to run it back for a touchdown.
Holding. Offense. Holding. Offense.
I think it's holding on the offense.
Well, you sense the PA announcer said personal foul, so that was the frustration.
Craig Becker's loving life right now. Extra airtime.
Now the hold behind the play.
Still fun to watch Kanye Martin, though.
Yeah, Hawkins clearly down.
It's going to be second down.
You know, occasionally you'll slide someone over to double team Kanye Martin, but the problem is that you got a Taylor. There's a lot of holes in that front wall, a lot of leaks. Granada Hills coming through and pressuring Hawkins.
Granada has tremendous speed. They hit that line quickly.
No chance at all for Kona Malik. Martin again.
Martin is having a tremendous game, and again, Oliver Taylor also joining him.
Nowhere to go.
If you're Kona,
Third down.
shaking your head, no holes. Had a nice run early in the game. One pop for him, but Elko's offense has been stymied in this opening half. Under 4 minutes to play. 22-0 Granada Hills. They'll load up to the left with 4 targets for Hawkins. He throws back to the right to John. John with a nice effort. Pharrell Stanley with the tackle, but how about John's effort?
Well, that's the kind of play that can fire up a team. Great effort. Got him into what looks like 4-down territory. Look at John keep going. He's dragging. Stanley's with him.
7 yards to go.
So you're saying you're calling them the Granada Hills Stanleys now. Probably an appropriate nickname. Trying to overcome down and distance. Maybe they will. Inside of 3 minutes to play. El Camino Real with its best chance to score. That one went right by John. That one was too hot to handle. That was a BB thrown at him.
Yeah, right through the wickets. Well, the ball goes over on downs, but at least they got some of that yardage back from the penalty.
Good defensive effort after a great move by the Royals and the Highlanders.
Pass earlier to Shirley. Some near misses.
2:19
Ball goes over, as Dave said, on downs. 2:19 to play before intermission. Stay with us at the break. I think you're going to love what you hear from the kids. 21 seniors chatting with their coach. We'll hear from all of them. Delightful night at John Elway Stadium on the campus of Granada Hills with Dave Marcus. I'm Randy Rosenblum. Our final broadcast of El Camino football this season. They're going to be playoff bound. The question is going to be, what division will ECR be in? Right now they're a D1 team, but depending on what happens here tonight and again next week against Cleveland, they could fall to D2. D1, they'd be an underdog. D2, well, they won that championship a couple years ago, so it's conceivable if they drop, and they're not trying to lose games. But if they fall down, the oddity of it all, you have a better chance in the playoffs. Granada Hills by 3 touchdowns. And we talk a lot about the offense of Granada Hills, Dave, but so much of this game has been predicated by what the defense of the Highlanders have done and presented opportunities for that offense.
That's a great point. The pressure has been relentless. The speed of the defense has been great for Granada Hills. They've really kept Hawkins and this ECR offense on their back heels all night. Well, there's a delay. I didn't hear a timeout call, but El Camino's ready to play.
It's obvious that Granada Hills took a timeout.
Well, the clock stops on the change of possession. So
doesn't change to stay this long, though. So I think they probably took a timeout. It was never indicated because they're still on the sideline. And for El Camino, they're out there and saying, wait a minute, where's our competition?
A little technical difficulty there. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So we'll be on
they're changing the time on the scoreboard. They've put 2 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock, and now the Highlanders are saying, you got that rectified, we'll play. You know, we're sitting outside. I think it's getting warmer.
It's unbelievable. You know, this is a time of year when you only realize it's fall when you watch a game that's on TV from back east.
Right. It's incredible. Is it 80 yet? Feels like it.
It'll be first down.
77 according to my watch.
Okay, I like that. I'll buy that. Andrew Newchurch is the designated quarterback. I think Granada Hills has broken a record for quarterbacks and a half. Stanley.
Well, Stanley, the ball carrier.
Burrell Stanley again bolts for a few. Well, it's imperative that El Camino hold them, keep it at 22. Another touchdown would be, in all candor, unrealistic to come all the way back. We've seen it at times. We saw Stanford do it to Colorado, but it's not likely it's going to happen here if Granada gets another touchdown before the half. I guess anything's possible.
Three
right?
scores is a lot more palatable if you're El Camino.
Nasir has a big lane. He is on his way. Touchdown, Granada Hills. Nasir Anilio Lobo.
Couple of penalty markers on the field behind the play.
Well, that'll be tough for Nasir if it comes back. It's likely it will be wiped out, but again, you just saw what Granada Hills is all about. I mean, they can break big plays with that double wing T. They've had touchdowns wiped out, and they still have a big lead.
And this is coming back. There's flags 30 yards apart. We'll see if they're all from the same infraction.
Craig Becker has all the answers for us.
on the team, on the same team. Holding on Granada Hills downfield, that penalty is refused. We have holding against Granada Hills, number 7 at the previous spot, 10-yard penalty, second down.
Well, the flags were accurately thrown. There was an infraction 30 yards downfield and one right there.
Still a nice run.
Oh, it was a great run by Anilo Lobo.
Good Gagwa chase him down, though. What I liked when they both got up, they congratulated one another.
I got concerned a little bit because they were both lying on the ground, but I think they were just exhausted.
Yeah, they were. You're right. They were exhausted, and they had a running conversation going, and a friendly conversation, which is great to see. Durrell Stanley giving ground. Another marker.
And again, it's spread out all over the field. There's a marker near us. There's another 2 markers across the way.
When's Flag Day? Isn't that in June?
It's June 14th.
Yeah, it is June 14th. I know. And for Jason Zabalik.
We have a face mask against El Camino. We have an illegal block in the back against Granada Hills. Those penalties cancel out. We're going to repeat second down.
Yeah, again for Jason Zabalik, a tough first half. A lot of infractions, really on both sides. It's amazing that Stanley can give that much ground and still turn it upfield and get positive yardage. $1:40 to play in the first half, and the clock is running. Second and 15. Well, that wasn't very clean, was it?
It's like watching an atom explode.
Snap. Ball start. Offense. 5-yard penalty remains second down.
Well, when they review the film tomorrow, both teams will edit this part of the game, I think. Too many mistakes.
Well, only 1:16 remaining, and El Camino has answered the call. They got a play called back to do it, but if they can keep Granada Hills off the board.
Well, the Highlanders take a timeout. Kanye Martin called for it. The one that was lined up to be the quarterback. Can you name how many quarterbacks they've had?
It's a ceremonial position at Granada Hills, but it's tough. You know, you have to adjust. Every different player back there has a different cadence, and you know it's tough when you shuttle people in and out, but good opportunity to give everybody some experience.
All right, I'm going to try to count them up. We have both Stanleys, right, and Martin. That's 3. I think O'Bannon was a quarterback, right? That's 4. Williamson is lined up. That's 5. Andrew Newchurch, that's 6. Am I missing anyone else?
No, I think that covers it. That's a lot of quarterbacks in one half.
Did Nasir line up? And maybe he did as well. I think so. Let's give him 7. 7 quarterbacks in the half. How's that? We'll go with that number. I like your term for it, though, ceremonial. It's like everybody gets a trophy. Final 68 seconds of the half and a quick hitter. Martin runs low to the ground. He runs hard. And he produces excellent results. Granada Hills is in no hurry. The clock is winding down. It appears that Bucky Brooks is content with the 22 points in the first half.
Yeah, El Camino also not using timeouts here. It's 3rd down and long. again, considering that 2 of those scores came off big mistakes by El Camino, the Royals have something to build on a little bit at halftime.
Yeah, their defense has not played poorly, but they got to contain this guy. Stanley down the sideline nearly broke it. Gagwa may have saved a touchdown. But that's the end of the half. But a little glimpse there of what Darrell Stanley can do. That was a delightful tiptoe dance down the sideline.
Boy, it looked for a second like he was going to be gone, and Kagwa with a really good play to grab him.
At the break, it's 22-0 in favor of Granada Hills. And again, a little earlier, Jason Zabalik lined up all 21 of the seniors, and he chatted with each and every one of them. Let's take in that discussion.
Good evening and welcome to Granada Hills High School. I have the pleasure of being joined this evening by our senior class, and we're going to get to introduce them in number order, starting off with the number 1, Jalen Sanders. Jalen, talk to me a little bit for a quick second about what it's meant to you to be an El Camino Real football player.
Football is really fun to me. The only reason I played it is because my mom forced me to.
But it worked out for the best, right?
Yeah.
And we had a stellar game last week, a couple weeks ago against Taft. Fantastic. Thank you, Jalen. Very nice. Up next, number 2, Caden Jong. Caden, talk to me for a quick minute about what this last year has meant to you as a senior and your time here at El Camino.
It's meant everything. It's meant having a family, just being able to socialize with my friends every day after school, and especially at the games. It's been amazing. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Fantastic, and had another phenomenal game-winning catch against the Taft Toreadors, and very exciting things to come for Caden Jong. Thank you, Caden.
Thank you, Coach.
Up next, number 4, another Caden McCoy. Talk to me for a second, Caden, about your time here at El Camino. What has it meant to you?
Throughout my time here at El Camino, I've gone through a lot of adversity, going through my freshman, sophomore year, having no one really know me, and become the player I am today through the grinding and hard work I've put in through my junior and senior season to be here now, and have learned a lot from being at this school.
Not just on the field, but off the field, pulling yourselves up and doing a great job academically, not just in the classroom, but learning football and becoming a more polished football player. Thank you for your time here, buddy. Much appreciated.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right. Next, we have the man, myth, the legend, Thor, as he's called to some, Jake Shirley. Jake, you have been one of the only 4-year varsity football players that I have seen in my time as a coach. Talk to me for a second about what that's meant to you and how you've understood at your time at El Camino.
Well, growing up with the team, it's been a blast. I wouldn't have any other team that I'd rather do it with. It's just been a pleasure playing under you and evolving over these 4 years and growing into a leadership role. I've enjoyed every step of the way.
And we look forward to some more good things to come from Jake Shirley at this level and hopefully beyond with his 4.0 GPA and into college. Thank you, buddy. Much appreciated. Next up, we have number 6, Jalen Carrillo. Jalen, talk to us a little bit about coming into the program and what this time with El Camino has meant to you.
Oh, man, it means everything to me. I'm proud to be a Royal. I rep it, and I'll continue to rep it until I can no more.
And we're looking for some good things tonight. We're going to throw a lot your way. That uptick in catches is hopefully a good thing. And we'd love to see you out there on the field, buddy.
Let's go. Thank you.
Up next, a stalwart at the defensive end position, number 7, but number 1 in some of our hearts, Joseph Edwards. Joe, talk to us for a second about what it's meant to be in this football program.
Well, it started off me just wanting to have fun and play a sport, and then it turned out to be something I love and something I really want to do in college. So, and all the people I met here, they turned out to be like family to me. So, and everyone's great here. So.
And Joseph does a great job in the classroom as well, acting as a tutor and getting his grades where they need to be to hopefully play at that next level. Great job, buddy, this year. Continue up the good work. Number 9, our middle linebacker, Oren Sonnenstein. Talk to me for a second about your time here at El Camino as a senior leader.
It's just been great. Growing up with these guys, I've been playing football with them forever. So just like being able to play with them here at Elko is just like meant everything to me. And just being able to be a leader here too, and like show the younger guys like how to do things and how we do things the Elko way is just meant everything to me.
Fantastic, and doing some phenomenal things on the field. We look for great things the rest of the year and beyond. Great job, buddy.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Coach.
Up next, Dr. Will Mortazavi, such a phenomenal student athlete with the accolades academically, and on the field this year, a lot more runs, but we got to get that touchdown back to some extent that we lost against North Hollywood. Tell me for a second what it's been like playing here at El Camino and following in the footsteps of your brother.
Well, it's been a great experience. I've met a great family here, great team. I just love to be part of this team, and like I've just found a great respect for this team and everybody a part of it. And especially my brother played here before, kind of like I came into a family that he had before, and it was just been a great time for me.
Phenomenal, buddy. It's been excellent getting a chance to coach you. Appreciate everything. All right. Up next, our kicker, Frank Osintra. Frank, talk to us about your following in the big footsteps of Asa Johnson and becoming the main kicker this year, and what it's been like in the program over your time.
Hey, man, I want to give a shout-out to my boy Asa Johnson. Amazing kicker, phenomenal leg. It's been a big job to step up in his footsteps, but, I mean, we're getting it done. We get turnovers, we get them kicks. It's all good. My life here at Elko has been amazing, man. The football team really helped me bring out everything that I had inside of me. Made me a family right here. Man, I love it. I couldn't ask for anything better.
And Frank always walking around school with his cowboy hat and his cowboy boots, just ready to rock and roll at all times. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for all your hard work. And we bring in right now probably the heart and soul of the El Camino football program, Anthony Gallardo. And Anthony has fought injury year in and year out. Talk to us a little bit about the struggles and how you just stay up for every game.
You know, I really see what the coaches mean by I just want one more down. It's a struggle, but, you know, I always had this feeling in my heart to know, bring my brothers up, because that's the only way that we're going to go, keep on driving, even if we're down. That's the only way you can survive in this world, keep on fighting no matter what.
Great sentiment, and probably the biggest heart. I wish we could transplant your heart into everybody else, and unfortunately you didn't get a chance to play too much, but I think the future is still bright for you, and the bigger the better. Next year, move on to bigger and better things.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, buddy, for all your hard work. All right, we bring in one of our first-year football players, Tyus Friedman. He doubles as a starting first baseman for the Royals baseball squad. Talk to us for a second about playing two sports and what it's been like playing football for the first time.
Football is definitely a grind like no other. It's taught me grit, heart, determination, and just how to be an athlete. Football's taught me a lot, and I couldn't be happier being here.
So the first opportunity that you get to answer this question, football or baseball?
The brotherhood of football is like no other, so I'm going to go with football. Sorry, Coach Leinhardt.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, Coach Leinhardt. Thank you, buddy. All right, Anthony Scadrone, an individual that came into the program. Talk to us a little bit about joining a new family and adapting and what it's meant to be in the program.
It's been a great experience. You know, when I first came into the program, I was a little nervous, but the whole team welcomed me in with open arms, and El Camino is like a second family to me now. I wouldn't do it with any other team. I love this place. I love this football team.
Awesome, buddy. We appreciate all your hard work. Done a phenomenal job getting everything done in the classroom and on the field as well. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
All right. Kyle Cardoza, one of our North Valley Military Institute seniors that came to our program. Talk to us for a second about what happened at the beginning of the year and then having to transfer schools at the beginning of the season and coming into the football program.
So at the beginning of this school year, the day before our school was going to, come to school, we got shut down by LAUSD. And then a few weeks later, I transferred to Elko. And then it's just been an amazing experience here with my new brothers and everything. A couple of my family members from NVMI came over here to Elko, so it's been a great experience.
Fantastic. It's been great having you, and we're glad that we could get you that senior year that you well deserved. Appreciate all your hard work, buddy. All right, another brother combination, following in the footsteps of older brother Edgar, we have Joseph Elias. Talk to us for a second, Joe, about the family at El Camino and what it's meant to you over the years.
Over the years, honestly, this family, we've grown and everything. We have our little dilemmas, we have our fights and everything, but hey, we overcome all of it. In the end, we're brothers no matter what. And honestly, this is my family. I love to call them my brothers.
And they will forever be etched in your memory as brothers. So, who had a better run at El Camino, you or your brother?
Me. Honestly, me.
Of course. Awesome, buddy. Well, thank you for all your hard work and dedication to the program. Next, we're joined by our tackle, defensive end, tight end extraordinaire. He can kick too, believe it or not. Tremendous student athlete, Arya Farconde. Arya, talk to us for a minute about what it's meant to you to be in this football program.
It's given me a purpose coming here. I wasn't raised in this area. I was from Brentwood, so it gave me a family. I met some of the best friends I'm ever going to have. I made experiences from winning that D2 championship, from just having team meals on Thursdays, being with all the guys. It's just giving me a sense of just my identity now, I guess. There's not a second where I'm not thinking about football, and I'm grateful for it.
A leader on and off the field is Arya, and appreciate all your hard work and dedication to the program, buddy.
Thank you, Coach.
Dustin Colin-Barrios, another phenomenal addition from North Valley Military. Dustin, talk to us for a second about what it's been like, the transition, what a crazy year for you, and getting a chance to finish a senior season.
Honestly, it was like a really great experience. I fit in pretty well with my teammates. Gave me open arms, brought me here, and I really felt home. I felt at home.
And Dustin's going to probably take the opportunity to play at the next levels. We're just getting the better and better of him as the weeks go on. I wish we had him a couple of years sooner, but hey, things happen for a reason, and we're lucky to have had you for the short time that we've had, and appreciate all your hard work.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you, sir.
All right. Nathan Alvarado, our next set of brothers, following the footsteps of brother Abraham. Talk to us for a second what it's been like being a part of El Camino football and having that be such a rich tradition in your family history.
It's been fun because I'm following in my brother's footsteps. He's been here for a while, so it's been fun.
And coming into this year, did you think that you would try to surpass Big Brother?
Yeah.
That's the ongoing theme for all the little brothers is they got a lot better than their older siblings. Appreciate all your hard work, buddy. Look forward to great things the rest of the way. Trenton Ofstad, a senior who we got beginning of the season, is a transplant from the basketball team, decided he wanted to play football late in the game, and we tried to get him ready to go. Talk to us for a second what it's been like in your transition from basketball to football.
It's been a lot. Not what I expected at all. It's been an honor, though, to be given the opportunity to come out here and try and hopefully make a difference on the team when I get a chance. But it's been like a real honor to be able to come out and play with the team and transition sports.
Well, I'm glad you gave yourself the opportunity to do this, and we appreciate all your hard work.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, buddy. Matthew Salvador, new to the program last year, new to football. Tell us for a second what it's been like to be an El Camino Real football player.
I mean, since it was my first year, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. But, with the help of you and the other coaches, you guys have taught me a lot of things. And I feel like I'm a little more confident and in football too. And, yeah.
Well, we're lucky to have got you for just a couple of years, and we look forward to some big, bright things in your future ahead. All right, buddy. Thank you. Juan Maldonado, an individual that has dealt with some major life challenges and utilized football to gravitate towards a family. Talk about, for a second, what it's meant to you to be a part of this football program.
It's just a brand new family. You guys are there for me. You coaches are especially there for me. You guys take care of me. It's a tough sport to play, but you guys just push us through, push us further than we thought we could handle ourselves, basically.
And 2 tackles for a loss last week in a big game. Pretty impressive, and we much appreciate all your hard work and dedication to the program. Thank you, buddy. Colin Ganame. I forgot we had one more set of brothers. Colin is now brother 2 of 3. We do have a younger Ganame that is in the program. Talk to us for a second about what this has meant for your family and being a part of our family.
To me, this has meant, like, it's given me a family outside of my family. It's given me an opportunity to grow as a person and have fun throughout life.
And coming back this week off of a prolonged absence due to concussion-like symptoms, hoping for the best and look forward to some great things, buddy.
I am too, and I hope it goes well tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication to the program. Big number 71, Jared Gonzalez. Talk to us for a second what it means to you to be in this El Camino football program.
To play for this El Camino football program, honestly, it's been a great time. It means the best to me. If you ask all my teammates, I always say it's my weekly therapy session. This is what gets off all my nerves for the week. This is where I just vent myself and I talk with my pads. So it's an honor.
And enjoyable to watch on a daily basis, and looking forward to some tremendous things for you in your future, as I think football is going to be in the cards.
I hope.
Fantastic, buddy. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication. All right. Marcion Cartwright, one of the last ones, hampered by injury all year. Talk to us for a second what it's been like to be in the program.
It's been amazing being with my friends, family over here. It's been a well experience for the last 2 years I've been here, to be honest. It's been cool.
And I know it's been tough, but thank you for all your hard work and dedication and supporting of the program. All right, buddy. Simon Astorga, once again, coming off a little bit of an injury, newbie to the program. Talk to us for a second what it's been like for you joining us.
Joining this program means a lot to me. I really love the sport of football, and just being here and having a brotherhood like I do, it just means a lot to me.
Well, fantastic. And I think, once again, football's in the cards for as long as you want to play. I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication.
Thank you, Coach.
Center, Ben Chauval, number 78. Ben, from never playing football before, going on to the JV as a first-year junior, playing the game, and then starting as a center senior year. Talk to us for a second about what that's meant to you.
It's been a big transition. For me, growing up, I played baseball and basketball, so I wasn't really a football guy. And then one day the coaches came up to me like, you should try this. I did. It was a fun transition. Fell in love with the game. Became with the brotherhood that I have here as a team. This is all the great experience I've had so far.
Thank you for all your hard work and dedication, Ben. Much appreciated, buddy. Thank you, Coach. Last but not least, number 88, David Rodriguez, dealing with a little bit of a hand injury that's hampered him a little bit. Talk to us for a second what it's been like for you being a part of the El Camino Real football program.
It's been amazing, meeting new friends and that now my family. And just having amazing coaches like yourself, Coach, being there, pushing us, just making us better, I'm just blessed to be in this school, blessed to be in this program, and yeah.
Well, we're lucky to have somebody with such high moral and character value as yourself, and we appreciate all your hard work and dedication.
Thank you, Coach.
And there we have it, our 2023 El Camino Real Royals. Thank you to all the seniors and all the senior parents for all your tremendous hard work and dedication.
And thank you, Jason Zabal, for a job well done. 21 interviews there. Pretty cool as Granada Hills on homecoming. Coming out of that tunnel, they're fired up. They're leading 22-0 at the break. Dave, it was an entertaining first half, and it got off nicely for the Royals.
El Camino had an opportunity after the pooch kick that they recovered. Unable to move the ball, unable to take advantage of that turnover. Hawkins connected on that one.
But he took a beating, didn't he?
He was under duress the entire half. Granada can get you in the end zone a lot of ways. O'Bannon, then they have the big punt block, get it deep in El Camino territory. Didn't score on that play, but they punched it in the next play. Everybody in the middle. Stanley had a great first half. Couple of touchdowns, a 2-point try.
That was an effort play there to get in.
Yep.
Well, there's the kicker, Marin, ready to kick off for Granada Hills. El Camino to receive the second half. How great was that halftime with those 21 kids, huh? That was fun.
It was great, and the kids were all great, too. It was wonderful that they got a chance to speak to everybody that supported them.
El Camino football on LA36. Royals getting it. We begin the third quarter.
Sullivan the kickoff.
Another short kick. Sanders will say, I'll just scoop it up and go right out of bounds.
I think he toyed with the idea of letting it go out of bounds, which would give him the ball at the 35-yard line, but elected the safe play. That's a free ball.
ECR, what are they going to need to do in the second half to get something going offensively?
They got to connect with some of those passes. Hawkins has got to get him out. Go with the safe patterns. Try to make yards after the catch.
Need to establish a ground game, too. They got Malik on that one carry where he broke it for 15 yards, but other than that, really nothing there.
Well, number 50 in the middle of that Granada Hills defense has had a lot to say about that. Wonderful half for Oliver Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor is a terrific player, isn't he? There's Malik and Hawkins, and let's see what they can get established as we begin the third quarter. And right to the air, Hawkins stretching that defense with a deep one. Underthrows Sanders. O'Bannon on the coverage, but it was there. That ball was badly underthrown.
Pretty good coverage by O'Bannon not to pick up a flag on that. A lot of times you'll see that on those underthrown balls. Sanders wasn't able to fight his way back to it because O'Bannon had great position.
I like that play call right out of the gate, going deep, looking for that home run.
Trying to find a way to stretch out this defense a little bit.
Well, you got to score. You got to get back into the game, and you got to do it right now. I would imagine this is a huge possession for El Camino Real. They need to get on the board, put some pressure on Granada Hills. Right now, they're very comfortable. Hawkins again feeling the heat. Williamson's got him, and down he goes.
Tackles for loss. John Williamson,
There has been little or no protection for Hawkins all night.
No chance to do anything there except protect the ball. John Williamson has had a nice game for Granada Hills.
Huge tackle for
Well,
loss.
the green shirts have been coming after the QB all night.
Williamson making the play after the missed tackle by Mateo Verhen.
Third and a country mile. They need to break a big one here to convert. Sanders cutting it back to the middle. What a nice effort. Taylor threw him down. That was lovely.
Sanders did a great job getting to the next level. Good cutback to his left, reading the flow of the defense well.
Not enough for the first down, but you had to like that, bringing Sanders around and letting him perform in space. It's fourth down. Do you dare go for it here?
The offense is still on the field.
And a short 5 yards.
Well, they're rolling the dice. Fourth and 5. It's a short 5. About 4.5 to be exact. Hawkins to the air. No good. Wanted Carrillo, and the ball goes over on downs. And again, Granada Hills, the Highlanders are going to have outstanding field position.
Carrillo did what he had to do. He got past the sticks, but the pass was just a little bit wide.
Yeah, Kevin Hawkins has been off target tonight. He came in hitting 61% of his passes. But that pressure can do a lot of things to a quarterback, and it's been intense all evening long. Let's see who is the designated quarterback. Looks like it might be Vincent Gargaro. Stanley actually takes the snap. And a whole lot of room there.
A 2-yard gain.
For Royals, able to collapse the ball carrier.
Nasir and Alomobo, the ball carrier.
You can watch Granada Hills work, how fast they get into their offense.
Second down and 8.
Stanley.
Terrell Stanley, the ball carrier.
Ball's loose. Ball came out.
Forward ball might have come loose.
El Camino
And
football.
did come loose. The Royals recover.
Jose Mora with the recovery.
And they're fired up. El Camino creates a break after they rolled the dice and didn't get it on 4th down. They get the ball right back. Stanley lost it before his knee hit.
The Royals 1st and 10. Hawkins re-enters at quarterback.
That recovery to Will Mortazavi. So give Will the recovery. They reset in the backfield, and no chance
Nowhere to go on
for
that
Kona.
Highlander defense. Oliver Taylor says no.
Go to Malik. Kanye Martin again got his nose in there.
There's a Royal down.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go. Absolutely nowhere to go.
He pops back up. That is Malik, the ball carrier.
Tough to throw when you have no running game to complement that aerial game. Really difficult.
The league a little shaken up coming off the field after that carry.
They're thin with injuries. El Camino Real not available tonight is Adrian Walker, who's been a lead ball carrier for him this season, the sophomore. So they'll put everybody on the flanks and say, Hawkins, you do your thing.
2nd down.
Timeout taken.
Timeout.
It's El Camino.
Timeout Royals.
I don't think they have the arsenal out there they want
in the 2nd half.
after their ball carrier was shaken up.
Yeah, and that was called from the sidelines. Jason Sabalik coming out onto the field to call the timeout.
Well, on Wednesdays, you know it by now, Prep Sports Night Live comes from Rockin' Brews from 7 and 8. Rich Estrella and Bob Gibson and a cast of other characters put on a glorious show for an hour. Very entertaining program on LA36. Fans are having a good time on that side, aren't they?
Isn't that great with the cell phone flashlights?
What's great is SoCal Prep Report, which is on Thursday live at 9. You can tell you Dick Dornan's on next week from the LA City section. He's going to give us a rundown of what's coming up in the championship season, which is ahead of us. Inside of 9 minutes to play in the third. 22 nada. 22-0 right now. El Camino looking to get on the board. 2nd and long. Hawkins with the deep ball. Sanders with the catch. That's a wonderful grab, going up and bringing it in, beating Logan Brock to the football.
Well, Sanders is 6'1", and Hawkins just threw it up there where he could jump up and get it.
The light has gone on for this senior, Jalen Sanders. He's suddenly coming on in the back half of the season.
That was a well-thrown ball by Hawkins. He didn't have a lot of time to get it out, but nice pitch and catch. Caden John helping the officials out, pointing out the first down.
47-yard line of Granada Hills. Back to the air, another deep ball. Sanders is covered this time. It was the same combination. Battling out there. Logan Brock this time had it bracketed.
Hawkins really had to fling that one. He was under intense pressure from Mateo Virgen.
Well, I mentioned it in the first half. I think one of the key stories here has been the Granada Hills defense. They've bent at times, but they have never broken down. 2nd down and 10 for the Hawk.
2nd down.
They scrimmage from the 47 of Granada. Edwards hit in his backfield. Not a whole lot there.
To number 7, Joseph Edwards, the ball carrier.
50. Taylor again in on the stop. Oliver Taylor's a football player.
Having a homecoming night to remember, that's for sure.
3rd down and 10.
3rd down and still 10 needed for Elko.
As wrapped up as El Camino has been, a score puts them right back in the game. Still a world of time, mid-3rd quarter.
Will Mortazavi is checked in again at running back, number 10, 5'9", 185-pound senior, next to Hawkins. He's looking for Mortazavi. Mortazavi down the sideline. Bumped out of bounds by Brock.
Pass was received. Number 10, Will Mortazavi.
A good play call. Again, safe swing pass. Try to get your running back a little space on the outside. Brings up 4th down, but a more manageable 4th down.
And they have not been shy about going for it on 4th downs. And when you're the underdog, you just need to take these chances. If you're going to spring an upset or somehow fight your way back in the ball games, you need to convert against Granada Hills. But they burn a timeout. They've burned 2 of them here already. Well, that will make things even more difficult. By the way,
if you're Jason Sabalik, you only hope that those timeouts are something you would need in the end of the 4th quarter.
That's very true. By the way, Birmingham has a huge lead on Cleveland the last we heard, which is not a surprise. Birmingham is the big-time team in this league. Chatsworth is leading Taft 27-21 in the 3rd. But Birmingham has, I believe, about a 30-point lead on Cleveland, and Cleveland is the next opponent for the El Camino Royals.
And that'll be a Thursday game at Cleveland.
Yeah, they wanted to have it on Saturday, but it's been moved to Thursday night at Cleveland. And it's senior night, although you met all the seniors tonight.
4th down and
for El Camino Royal. They need 6 here on 4th down. Will they get the conversion they so desperately want? Hawkins, who loves to play out of the gun. Wanting Mortazavi, pressured, running.
He escapes and gets
tackled from behind. Did not get to the 1st down sticks.
Tackle made by
Kanye Martin again chased him down. And it's Granada Hills football.
That defense
Number 3, we talk so much about 50, but 3 runs so well to the ball.
Look where he came from. He did a great job of fighting off that block. Hawkins looked like he had a pretty good opportunity to get the 1st down, but Martin ran him down from behind. Unfortunately, Martin down on the turf.
I don't think there's any question that Hawkins gets the 1st down if Martin doesn't make that spectacular play running across the field.
Well, Anthony Gaucher was closing from the secondary spot, but Hawkins had a lot of momentum running up the field. Martin went down awkwardly. The discussions go on the El Camino sideline about what they can do next time they get it.
Well, you hate to see this. See the time left in the quarter. And Kanye, who's had such a splendid night, is being attended to. Some of it could be exhaustion. I mean, he's just playing all out on every play. But they are working on him. Well, Hawkins has stretched the field a little bit more in the 3rd quarter.
El Camino showing something on offense they didn't show in the 1st quarter. Look at this big crowd staring on as they hope that Hawkins is okay. Martin.
And Martin's up.
And Kanye Martin.
I think he's going to be okay.
Fans, put your hands together for this young man, Kanye Martin.
He's going to walk off the field under his own power, and that's great to see. Martin going to the far side, who's had a wonderful game. There he is. You know, he's going to want to come back. I don't know if you want him to come back. Depends, I think, what happens on this series of downs. If they stretch this lead, there's really no reason to bring a player like that back. They have other fish to fry down the road. Granada Hills in a position to make the open finals in the LA City section, the final 8. New Church handing it off to Stanley.
Quickly off to Pharrell Stanley.
Pharrell Stanley hit by Caden McCoy. Case closed.
Well, Pharrell Stanley, only a freshman of this talented family. His junior brother Durrell has had a great game.
I just wonder if they're going to bring Martin back at some point. That's always an interesting case study. You know, the kid goes out, he's shaken up a little bit. You know he's going to want to play. They got the game pretty much in hand. See if Bucky brings him back later. Stanley.
Stanley, the ball carrier.
Reversing his field. Shaking, moving. But there's just too many of the Royals there. They're swarming.
The Royals trying to strip the ball from him.
And they think they did. They believe they have it. They're running off the field. Is it El Camino football? It is.
The ball is loose, and the Royals have recovered.
Unfortunately, there is a Royal player down. You know, when it's all said and done, El Camino's defense has been okay tonight. They've created turnovers. The touchdowns have come on short fields.
Yes, they've really done a pretty good job overall. And they gave Stanley nowhere to go that time. The freshman maybe trying to do a little too much with the ball. They got him grabbed there. Got to tuck that ball away. And there it goes.
Looked like Carrillo 6 is the one that poked it loose.
He did.
And Caden is up. Good to see.
Caden McCoy is up. He was the one shaken up on that last play. And much like Kanye Martin on the previous play, Kanye Martin's coming to the sideline and he's needing a little bit more assistance. Physical game, isn't it? Hate to see these players go off like that, though.
But you have to love the energy they're playing with now. Down 22-0. Another opportunity for El Camino to cut into this lead and make it a more competitive game.
I'm looking at Caden McCoy on the sideline. He looks to be okay. That's a great sign. 6'2", 180-pound senior. Playing some linebacker for you, tight end. He's sitting on the sideline and is apparently very, very good right now. Hawkins and the offense back out there after the turnover.
Oh, that's a live ball.
For Gagwa, it's out of bounds.
Rios with the coverage.
It's ruled an incompleted pass.
That's a break for El Camino. That ball was definitely thrown backwards.
Second down and 10.
There is no review in high school football. And that's a good thing for the Royals after that play. Ball's at the 43 of Granada. If the Royals are going to make something happen, it needs to be right now. Five on the perimeter. Mortazavi's the motion man. Over the middle for Shirley, incomplete. Stanley covering.
Contender for number 5, James Shirley.
All in all, Granada's done a pretty good job containing Jake Shirley. He's got a couple passes, but he hasn't done great damage.
The coverage has been very good. That time matched up with the freshman Pharrell Stanley.
3rd and 10. Can you block 50? That's what El Camino's going to try to do right here. 50 has been a nuisance. Hawkins is going to have to put his arm on ice after this one. He's throwing a lot of passes. Been a busy night for Kevin Hawkins. But I think for a sophomore, he's got such a big upside. High ceiling. 3rd and 10. To the sideline, Sanders. He's loose on that sideline. Jalen Sanders. The best offensive play of the night for El Camino Real.
Hawkins recognizing that he's got blitzers coming, and he got rid of it in a hurry. That was an outstanding pass.
And we mentioned it moments ago, so we have unfortunately another player down. This Sanders is growing with every set of downs.
Looked for a second like he was going to go. They just were able to push him out, but an outstanding run after the catch.
At the 25-yard line, so 2 men down.
We have a couple players down. Yeah, this has been a tough night, particularly a tough third quarter for these bodies. They're taking a beating. 22-0. El Camino's on the doorstep here, Dave. The first and about 10.5. Maybe it could be tickling the 10. It could be goal to go. It's close. They have a chance to get on the board here, and they're going to need to do that to get back in the game. But more importantly, hopefully the players who are down are healthy. Everybody kneeling down. Can't see the player who's down, but they're sitting up, which is always a good sign. Well, we're getting close to Halloween. That's kind of like a Halloween moon, don't you think?
I think that's a beautiful shot.
Okay, number 71 is up.
Not quite an eclipse like we had of the sun last week.
It's Jared Gonzalez who's coming over, and he's okay.
And he's drinking water. You know, I was just wondering, it's not really hot enough for players to be cramping, but it's hotter than they're used to playing, maybe. A night game, but still in the upper 70s.
I mean, he's such a tough kid. He's not coming out. And he's down for a while. May pull him out of the game for a down or two, but I don't think they will. I think 71's going to stay out there.
I think if they stop the clock to attend him, they have to take him out for a play, but he's still out there.
Well, the fans,
now they're pulling him. You
have to take him out for play. The fans having a great time. Kind of oblivious to the game, but right now both sides are enjoying homecoming at Granada Hills High School. Jared didn't want to come out of the game, did he?
Nope.
Play will be established. The Highlander is hopefully well out of bounds.
Well, let's see what El Camino can do. We saw him rally and come back and take down Taft.
O'Bannon down.
They were down deep.
First and goal.
Converted late and won against Taft. They were down double digits in the game and rallied in the fourth quarter and won. So it can be done.
The sticks are down, so this is a goal-to-go situation.
And a timeout taken by Granada Hills.
Timeout, Granada.
Well, El Camino has forced a couple of turnovers, and they've put themselves in a position to get back in the game.
First timeout here in the second half.
And a huge crowd on the Granada Hills side. John Elway Stadium. Their beloved football team is leading by 22-0.
It's great to see the turnout, isn't it?
It is. And we've seen it. We saw it at Taft. The Chatsworth game against El Camino was well attended. These West Valley League games are high-level prep football in the city section, and the fans come out and they appreciate what they see.
Defense. Defense.
Well, Gonzalez, remember he was out for one play. You see who's trying him back out there? 71. The only thing that took him out of the game is he had to come out for one. El Camino needs a touchdown. Shirley's trying to give him one.
Side pass to the right side to Jake Shirley.
Jake inside the 5.
Taken out of bounds by Anthony Goche and Logan.
Well, we talked about Shirley in the opening of the game, and one thing we didn't talk about was his overall toughness. That time he carried a couple of tacklers with him. Got it inside the 5.
From the 4-yard line.
Well, a touchdown makes it interesting. There's still 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. So Granada Hills unable to put away this El Camino team. Takes 2 to bring Shirley to the turf. They need 4 for the touchdown. Another quick pass in the flat to Shirley. Breaking tackles, stretching to the 2-yard line.
Again in on the coverage, along with John Williamson.
Williamson, Rios, and others were there.
And goal.
3rd and goal. A field goal does you little or no good.
No, this is 4-down territory. Get 3 yards.
Highlander fans, make some noise.
Well, there's no question that the edict from the sideline on this drive was fine number 5. And another timeout taken.
Highlander down.
I don't think it's a timeout called. I think it's a player who's down on the goal line.
Officials timeout.
I don't remember this many players going down like this in any game we've had. Fortunately, they haven't been serious issues, but we're having some cramps and things of that ilk on a warm night in the West San Fernando Valley. With Dave Marcus, I'm Randy Rosebaum. Final El Camino Real high school football game of the season. You know, they've won 6 out of the last 7 games on LA36. How about that? Had a great win last year on TV against Narbonne. Obviously, the thrilling victories this year over both Chatsworth and Taft. Did lose one game this year to Village Christian. It was hard fought. But they've been good television. And the team's pulled to the side as they attend to the one player that's now down for Granada Hills.
Looks like Anthony Gaucher, the defensive back, the junior, who's had a nice game. He's been in the middle of a lot of tackles tonight.
4:13 to play in the third. Anthony's now sitting up. And again, we're having injuries and we're having these timeouts. The break in the action. But again, none of these injuries are apparently serious, and that's the best thing. You can see number 12 sitting up on that far side. Well, what do you want to see from El Camino? Keep throwing the ball maybe to Shirley on a 3rd down? You want to see a little different wrinkle?
If they can punch it 3 yards up the middle, that's the quickest way to the end zone. They have not been able to run the ball effectively tonight.
Hands together for that young man.
And Goche trots off the field, so obviously he's okay.
It'll be 3rd down and goal.
3rd and 3 for an El Camino Real touchdown.
I need you right now.
Mortazavi is the running back. It's Hawkins. He's not going to get there. Williamson broke through immediately, number 11. He busted up the play.
Good play call. I mean, Hawkins has got to be one of your biggest, strongest players.
And he's run for a touchdown this season. 4th down. Obviously, they're going to go for it.
One more time, Highlander fans.
Clock is running down to 3:45 left in the third.
Nice play by John Williamson once again for Granada Hills.
Well, this is it for El Camino. They've exhausted timeouts, a lot of energy. Their defense has produced turnovers. This could be the ball game for them. They're down 22. They desperately need a score. It's 4th down and 1.5 yards for the touchdown. whistle before the play.
That's a timeout on called by Granada Hills.
It's going to be a timeout.
The wheels are turning, even though this is still the third quarter.
Someone needs to tell you, Jason Zabalik and Bucky Brooks, it's the third quarter, not the fourth quarter. Playing it like it's the fourth quarter. And I believe this is the game for El Camino. They need to punch this in.
Well, they've moved the ball effectively down the field after forcing the turnover. Gets so tough when you get inside the 10. A lot of bodies in a small area.
Well, here comes the offense of El Camino, and they'll be greeted by the defense of the green and white. Granada Hills looking for a goal line stand.
And goal. Highlanders.
3 set to the right. John Carrillo and Shirley. Now they send a fourth and put him in the slot, and that's Mortazavi. They're looking that way. Hawkins to the end zone, no good. And again, Granada Hills is held on downs.
A little confusion that time. Shirley broke to the inside. The ball was thrown to the back pylon.
Definitely came to play today.
Well, good drive by El Camino, but they come up empty.
They've had some shots. They're down 22, but they've had a couple of opportunities to score, just haven't been able to get it done.
Yeah, nobody in the area.
So now Highlanders deep.
Shirley broke to the inside.
Darrell Stanley at quarterback.
Darrell Stanley is the quarterback. He'll carry the ball.
Stanley.
Defensive front clamps down.
Yeah, you get a safety here. You're inside 3 touchdowns.
Second down.
And again, this isn't on the defense tonight. They've done their job. And this bodes well depending on where El Camino ends up in the playoffs. Remember, this is a top 10 team in the LA City section. Granada Hills is on its way to an open division bid, and if El Camino falls to D2 and they're on the edge between 1 and 2, and it gets complicated on which division you go to, but if they end up in 2, they'll be a threat. Emilio Lobo, and he's bottled up.
And a Lobo the ball carrier.
Great work again by that ECR defense. Busting through was Oren Zonenstein. Oren is a senior. You met him at intermission. And just like that, it's 3rd and 10 Granada. Inside of 2 minutes to play in the third quarter that's been snake bitten with injuries. But again, all the guys who are nicked up able to get off the field, and all the players appear to be okay. Here's Stanley again trying to bounce it. He's caught in the end zone. It's a safety. Gagwa got him, and El Camino's on the board just as Dave Marcus predicted.
Inside 3 touchdowns. Easy formula. What a play. Stanley tried to get to the outside, and Kagwa not having it.
Well, they're fired up on that El Camino sideline. And you just have to love what you're seeing from this team. They're battling.
Wonderful recognition and a sure tackle.
The shades there of the end of the Chatsworth game when he made the final play to win it. And they're going to get the ball right back. It'll be punted back to ECR, and that man might be returning it. He does a lot of that as well. Javon's a good football player. Transferred in this season. 22-2. Is that the number you had in the pool?
El Camino's got everybody deep right now. You know, they don't want to let an onside kick go by.
22-2, is that your number in the pool?
Oh, absolutely.
Predicted score?
In the deep end of it.
Well, they elect to kick it straight on, and it's returnable. Carrillo. Tripped up.
Tripped up by Cameron Monroe, number 13.
Monroe tackled him right around the 50-yard line.
It was taken by Jalen Carrillo,
Well,
number 6.
they're back out there. They just stalled inside the 2-yard line. They got the safety. $1:31 left in the third. You never know.
Well, El Camino has shown some signs of offensive life in this half. And if Hawkins can connect with a couple, get him down the field quickly,
Hawkins,
you never know.
Malik in the backfield.
Mortazavi is the running back that has joined Hawkins in the backfield. Will with the carry, and down he goes for a loss.
By Mateo Virgin.
Well, Mateo's had a nice game off the edge, 88.
Yeah, Mateo Virgin with a nice tackle. El Camino really hasn't been able to get that inside running game going all night.
Loss of 1, second down and 11.
Second and 11. Getting that penetration all evening long. Inside of a minute to play in the third. Quick one to the side. Nothing there. That one was snuffed out beautifully. Sanders had no chance.
You like the idea, but the read was great by the Granada defense.
Yeah, Ramiro Rios was all over it. He's just listed as an athlete, number 31, and he showcased athletic skills. It was another loss. 3rd and 13, clock winding down. El Camino's not going to snap it here. They're going to come to the sideline, wait for the fourth quarter, and see if they can dial up 3 touchdowns and steal the game.
Or 10 more safeties.
Well, I don't think that's going to happen. We're through 3, and after 3, you know, El Camino won that quarter 2-0. 22-2 after the third.
El Camino Real 2.
Well, there was a lot going on for 2 points. Turnovers, good ball movement, a lot of hard hits.
A lot of injuries.
But a spirited fight.
And I think if you're El Camino, I think you have to be, in many respects, very pleased with what you're seeing. You never want to get beat. And I'm not here to tell you that they'll be happy about that part of it. But the competitive aspect of the game against the top 10 team in the entire section points out that this team isn't that far away. They need some better results up front with that offensive line. They're going to have to play a little bit better. They're going to have to step it up down the road. But the defense, which was a little bit iffy at the beginning of the season, has improved.
Well, they still have an opportunity. A big play coming up here.
Homecoming at Granada Hills. And for the coach, he's got his team to 3-4. Some good wins against a tough schedule this year for El Camino Real. Third and about a dozen. Again, Hawkins under the gun. Trying to hit Sanders, but he just didn't have time to set up.
Yeah, Sanders didn't really have separation either. Again, good defensive job by Piero Bannon in green, running with him stride for stride.
You look at Kevin, you know he wants to win and he wants to complete those passes down the field, but they're really not giving him much of an opportunity. It's punting time for ECR. This is one that you can't go for. the numbers are just too much set against you. Jake Shirley's the one that says, I'm going to take the punt. You don't want to exhaust your final timeout.
Set to receive.
Stanley is deep. Jake Shirley, not too bad, huh? He does everything.
Left-footed.
How about the roll? Surely he's going to kick it inside the 10. How about that? Put another star on the helmet of Jake Shirley.
The Highlanders will have 1st and 10.
Well, it's going to be a very long field for Granada. And if you're El Camino Real, you're again looking to force a turnover. I don't think Bucky's too happy about that third quarter.
I think there are going to be a lot of teachable moments in that quarter for the Highlanders.
Granada Hills Charter High School. We welcome you back. We hope you have a good time.
Of course, you talk to coaches all the time. They say, you know, if we have teachable moments, we'd love to have teachable moments off a win.
Homecoming.
And Granada's still in a strong position to do just that. And the Highlanders came in 5-2-1 overall, 2-1 in the West Valley. Again, the loss in the league is 31-0 to Birmingham. They've had a very successful season. They played Franklin at the beginning of the year, another top 10 team, and they played to a 28-28 tie. Stanley in the secondary, and Darrell Stanley nearly broke it. Carrillo saved the touchdown.
Hanging on for dear life that time.
On the 29-yard line, 1st and 10, Granada.
Yeah, this Granada Hills team has a very big win earlier in the year over a strong Palisades team. They beat them 26-10. As you take another look at the magnificence of Darrell Stanley.
What a great tackle by Carrillo. Got the inside of the right arm and refused to let go.
A couple other wins for Granada. They knocked off Kennedy 34-13. Kennedy has just won the Mission League title. So that's a quality victory. The other Stanley goes down. Mortazavi dropped him, but there is a flag down. Also want to mention they did also have a victory over a good, fast-coming Dorsey team out of the Coliseum League. That's a little bit of a rundown of the schedule of Granada Hills. Well, Will's going both sides of the ball.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, 15-yard penalty, results in a first down.
That one stings.
It's one way to stop him, but not the right way.
Yeah, remember when it was breezy when we got here? It was windy. See the flag over to our left?
Absolutely still.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Perfect night to sit outside. Coats off.
Yeah. We're here looking at why there's so much traffic in Southern California. Nights like this. Farrell Stanley. They just take turns. Edwards got him. I like this kid's acceleration, number 1.
Yeah, remember, only a freshman.
Called a 6-yard gain, 2nd down and 4.
And Bucky sending in the play through his running backs. Ball squarely at the 50. Emilio Lobo. And there he goes. He's gone. Touchdown, Granada Hills. A 50-yard run. Well, Bucky sent in the play. Bucky got a touchdown with his running back, Nasir Emilio Lobo.
So much for pinning them back deep in their own territory. That was a quick drive for Granada Hills.
50-yard run for Nasir.
So a 50-yard scamper in the score, maybe the highlight of the game. And for Granada, undoubtedly they'll line up and go for 2 because that's what they do.
They have so many weapons on the offensive side.
They threw a pass tonight. You know, in this world today, you would see it on the news, breaking news. Granada has thrown a pass. Pierre O'Bannon is the running back It is O'Bannon pushing toward the goal line. It's close. He's right there. No indication yet. Well, Camino thinks they held him. No, they're going to say he got in. 2-pointer. So the El Camino kids are walking off saying we stopped him. They take a closer inspection. And Pierre O'Bannon got in, and it's a 30-2 game.
Well, that was an impressive drive by Granada Hills, and it was all spurred by the 50-yard run of Enilolobo.
Nice to be by your lonesome, isn't it? Like that. There's nobody around him. Where are the defenders?
You know, Granada Hills really very precise on the snap of the ball. They really move as one unit.
So do their fans.
Of course, they're not spread out, so it's easy to all leave as one unit. You're like an organism at that point. Yeah, they're having a good time across the way.
Number 19, Alex Marin.
Marin to kick off again. Well, this would be termed, I guess, a workmanlike effort by Granada. They were the big favorite coming in. Their short kick. Mortazavi comes across the 40 and gives El Camino excellent field position. They've had good field position most of the night. Battaglia with the stop. So the Royals start from their 45. And the Hawk is back out there.
Well, El Camino an opportunity. They've got a big game coming up in less than a week against Cleveland. Opportunity to try to get a few things going right. They've shown flashes here in the second half of being able to move the ball. I'm sure this would be a big confidence boost if they can move it down the field on the Highlanders.
Cleveland's getting shellacked tonight by Birmingham, so they'll be a wounded football team, but that's always a tremendous rivalry with Cleveland. Their head coach Peter Gunny and Jason Zabala, good friends. Another deep one intended for Sanders, but good coverage on the back end. Pierre O'Bannon. And he had assistance from Nasir and Iliolobo.
But Sanders had a step. I think if he'd been able to gather that ball in, he could have gone. Remember, Birmingham beat these teams by a combined 80-0. Well, Birmingham's pretty good.
Yeah, Birmingham's number one in most of the polls. They haven't lost to a city school since 2017. They've won 3 straight Open Division titles, although Carson this year is a real threat. In some of the polls, it's Carson ranked number 1. It's like the old days in college, split polls. Here's a pass to Shirley.
Pass to Shirley complete.
Nice straight arm. Jakes never goes down.
That was close to a late hit, and I think you heard one of our microphones pick up somebody calling for a late hit.
Looked like Stanley got there late, didn't it?
It was close.
This Jalen Sanders, as you look at Jake Shirley, is really coming on.
5-yard gain.
5 yards for sure. How about that straight on?
And 5.
Look what Jalen Sanders has done tonight. Let's see if they
Oh,
can.
that's definitely out of bounds. That should have been a flag.
Carrillo and Sanders deploy to the right. 9 minutes and change left in Granada Hills. Looking, finding Carrillo. First down. Carrillo did a nice job of sitting in the zone, giving his quarterback a target.
And you see what Hawkins can do when he has half a second to breathe. He was able to step into that one and zip it right on target.
But Carrillo gives
It's a 28-point game. In all probability going to go to Granada Hills, but these are teachable moments for a young quarterback who's very talented.
Showed some good arm strength on that last pass.
Well, he is a dual threat. He can run, he can pass, and he's strong. Making noise here on homecoming at John Elway Stadium. The blitz. He got it out in a hurry. And pass surprised Carrillo.
Yeah, it was a pretty good pass.
Second down.
Carrillo got his hands up a little late on that one.
Jalen Carrillo is a 5'8", 157-pound senior. Well, between the 20s, there have been times tonight where El Camino Royals moved the football. They just haven't finished drives. That's a credit to the Granada D. Second and 10. It's a festive atmosphere, is it not? Another deep ball. Well, they're trying that long one to Sanders. These fly patterns are being protected well. You know, I'm looking at this game and I'm thinking down the road, and I really believe that El Camino is too. You know, at the Division II level, they look pretty good. D1 might be a little bit of a stretch if they end up in D1, and again, they're right on the edge between D1 and D2. If you look at the rankings, 3rd and 10 for ECR. They load up to the left. The throwback to the right is nearly picked.
Oh, that was
Pierre
going to be 6.
O'Bannon had it in his midst.
He had the end zone in his sights.
O'Bannon.
He read that beautifully.
Yeah.
Near interception. It's going to bring up 4th down.
4th and 10. It's go time for the Royals. He's put the ball in the air a lot tonight.
Yeah.
Here comes the play. John will bring it in. I think that tells the story. El Camino brings their plays in through the receivers. They throw it. Granada through the running backs.
Well,
they run it.
They're all running backs.
Yeah. It's the nature of the beast. 4th and 10. Is there a conversion in ECR's repertoire? Too much pressure as he wanted Manazavi, and again the ball goes over on downs.
And the coverage.
The speed of Granada Hills has really been the difference in this one on both sides of the ball. They've just been a step faster, forcing Hawkins into throwing the ball quicker than he wants to.
Your impression of him?
Potential. I think he's got potential. He's made some good throws. He's made some hurried throws. He's thrown a lot of balls sidearm that have kind of sailed away from him.
Number 14,
but
Andrew
tremendous potential for a young player.
Who only played 3 or 4 games last year as a freshman at the lower level. So he is really new to the game at this West Valley League level. And again, Granada Hills will run the football. And Nasir's had a great game. Anilio Lobo. They went 50-yard touchdown run the last time he touched the football.
They went so quickly early, but there's no reason to go quickly here.
And they're built for being in the lead. And they run the ball anyway. So this, and you brought it up, they'll probably slow up the tempo a little bit, but this is right into their wheelhouse.
They have a wide receiver.
They also have a Stanley who's going to run it. Darrell Stanley. Tripped up.
They split Chance Hexamer, a defensive lineman, normally out on the wing on the left side.
Oren Zonenstein made the tackle. There's Stanley leaving the premises.
Short game. It's going to be 3rd down and 3.
3rd down and 3 to go for a first down. And you can see that time winding down. 30-2 Granada Hills. Highlanders looking to improve to 6-2-1. Remember they had that 28-28 tie with Franklin.
And a false start on the Highlanders.
They scored 64 last week in their win over Taft.
Prior to the snap, false start.
That'll be 5 yards.
Offense, 5-yard penalty remains. Third down.
If you're wondering, both teams are playing next Thursday.
Repeat third down.
El Camino has Cleveland. Granada stays right here, and Thursday night they'll play Chatsworth to conclude the West Valley League season.
Give this to Pharrell Stanley.
Earl Stanley into the middle of the line.
It's a 3-yard gain. It'll be fourth down.
Well, we got a fourth down coming here, Dave.
For the Highlanders.
Well, Granada Hills is going to go for it. It looks like. See if they end up electing to punt, but I don't think so. Not with a 30-2 lead and the clock winding down. They feel confidence with that offense. Again, they average almost 7 yards a play all season long. Stanley. He's not there. They're stopped. El Camino football.
Good job by the El Camino defense.
And that ball will go over on down.
Carrillo right in the middle of that, stuck his nose into Stanley. And the El Camino offense will get another opportunity. You know they want to score a touchdown before this one's out.
Yeah, well, you like the fact that they at least got the 2, but they would love to. Oh, the ball came out.
It was fourth down anyway.
Yep. You know they'd love to punch one in.
Kevin's probably saying to the coach, I know I'm going to throw the football. Jason, you don't have to tell me that.
Hawkins at quarterback. First and 10.
Well, they start from the Granada 49. Edwards on the delayed handoff. Taylor brought him down. How good is Oliver Taylor?
He's had a tremendous game. He reads the play so well. That time El Camino had a couple of different running backs going different directions. He read the counter perfectly.
Yeah, when we talked to Bucky Brooks before the game, he said, well, who's good on defense? Oh, Oliver Taylor. You're going to like Oliver Taylor. I don't know if El Camino likes Oliver Taylor. Nice kid, by the way. And he was their representative. They had a West Valley League preseason luncheon, and he was their guest speaker. And he was very good. That's why we found out about the pilot's license and all that stuff, and he's a licensed pilot. Hawkins to the air. If he can get off the pass, and he can't, the ball comes out. No chance for Hawkins there. Gargaro was draped all over him and punched it out. There's number 8.
Sacked the quarterback. Ball came out. El Camino retains.
You know, we talk about potential with Hawkins. We have to also start to talk about toughness, because he's been in there and he's taken a beating.
He's taken some hits, and a lot of them are coming from right up the middle.
Plays. Upon leaving tonight's game, make sure you leave
3rd and 11.
at the gate you came in. There's no crossing of the field. No field entry, no crossing.
Down to 4:40 left in a 30-2 game for Granada Hills. El Camino's going to fall to 3-5. Again, Hawkins under duress.
Incomplete. Jennifer Sanders
Just has to unload it.
And
Sanders was his intended target.
I bet Hawkins' nightmares tonight all feature the color green.
Oh, it's close to Halloween, right? You got to have a nightmare.
And to the students.
Going to the sideline is Oliver Taylor. They're going to take him out on 4th and 11. I don't know if he's going to come back, but he is being saluted by his teammates.
No hanging out.
What a performance by that lineman.
4th down.
4th down. Obviously, they're going for it. Right at midfield. Going to reset Joseph Edwards. Pass near side for Shirley. No good. And here's a statement I've made a few times tonight. The ball goes over on downs.
Having a day.
You certainly can't fault the effort of El Camino, but they've had a hard time getting free. They've had a hard time giving their quarterback time to throw, and Granada a chance to run out the clock.
With the operative word being run.
1st and 10, Granada.
Xander Warch, junior cornerback on for El Camino Real. And they continue to pound the rock. And down the field is Jonathan Martin.
Jonathan Martin with the ball.
How deep is the running back room at Granada Hills?
Well, that's one of the first times they've actually given it to the wingback. He was set up as the wingback on the right side, facing the middle of the quarterback as the ball was snapped. And you take the wing from the right and you run him to the left and you get a big gain.
That's simple. Well, they've made it look simple. John Williamson in that backfield, as is New Church. New Church just hands it off to Martin again. There's Jake Shirley.
Tried the same play the other way, different result.
No, Jake Shirley just sells out on every play on both sides of the ball.
Don't forget, fans.
He's going to play college football. We don't know what level, but he's going to play college football, Jake Shirley. See that clock going straight down, and it's going to be a Granada Hills W. In 2023, Jonathan Martin is the featured running back. And he has no room. Once again, he is greeted by Zonenstein. Oren Zonenstein. No one's going to stop the clock with timeouts. It's 3rd down and 10. Another 1st down, and they can run out the clock. 30-2. Number 5's a football player, though, Jake Shirley, and it has been fun on LA36 to watch him in his senior year, and he's delivered some memorable moments. Martin. Jonathan Martin. 1st down and a lot more. Finally bumped out of bounds and a late flag.
Javon Kakwa. There's a flag on the field. Looked like the flag was thrown at the end of the play.
Craig Becker will give us the call.
Sideline interference against the offense. 15-yard penalty.
We've had a couple odd calls. We've had the push. We've had the sideline interference. We're getting the book on all the different penalties tonight. A little assortment of infractions.
4th down.
It
4th down.
is.
4th down.
Emphatically, it's 4th down.
Yeah, they're going to have to get the sticks reset across the way. They're still moving them back and forth, trying to figure out where the original spot was.
Jamison Forbes, senior, 240 pounds in the defensive front for El Camino.
Logan Brock, the ball carrier.
Brock carrying it.
I don't think he got there.
I don't think so either.
And the ball will go over on down.
And what's the appropriate statement of the night, Dave?
The ball goes over on down.
It certainly does. Well, 2:09 to play. We know that Kevin Hawkins is loosened up with that right arm if he comes back on. Let's see if they like to bring him back. If you're wondering who the quarterback would be, John has been in there a few times this season. So he would be the designated quarterback, number 2, Caden John. But Hawkins is trotting back out there. I thought John might pilot him this time.
So Hawkins still a quarterback, most likely for his last series.
Well,
The first
2-minute
10.
drill.
Well, as long as Taylor's not out there, and Martin was shaken up earlier, life might be a little bit easier to move that football, but there's still some hungry Highlanders on defense.
He's in the ball game.
Hawkins being pursued.
And a big rush.
Gets
Hawkins
outside
gets
of
away.
containment, has first down yardage,
Hawkins goes out
and
of bounds at
politely
the
steps
40-yard
out of
line.
bounds.
Also in the game, number 84.
Yeah, nice
Jason
job by
Davis.
Hawkins turning it upfield, showing some pretty good speed once he got outside.
Number 42.
Got to be
Nicholas
exhausted, don't you
Arcano.
think? He's thrown it, he's run it, he's been in the middle of all the scrums. That's why I thought John might come out there and give him a little breather to end the game.
He's going to get a breather with the final timeout by El Camino.
Well, Dave, it's been delightful being reunited, having you back in the booth. Missed you.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful to be here.
Well, of course, Papa Zabalik is our normal commentator. He works with me. Paul Zabalik, Jason's dad. And he's in Croatia and taking a nice trip. And before he left, I kind of had a couple remarks saying, how can you leave your son's team in the middle of the football season? He goes, Randy, we had that trip planned for a long time.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. By the way, Jason played baseball in Croatia many years ago. Jason was a good baseball player. Well, first down out to the 40. The only suspense left, if you call it that, is can ECR somehow broker a touchdown? A lot of different guys getting an opportunity to play late in the game. Simon Astorga is on the field, 77 into that offensive front. Hawkins. That's a good throw. Shirley has it. There's a first down, and he's in Granada territory.
Really good throw, and it looked like Granada jumped. Bryce Rubeck looked like he got across the line. He was the one who applied the pressure, but Hawkins recognized and got it out and put a little air under that one. Gave Shirley a chance to bring it in.
You're starting to see some of the things that Shirley does. He's just so good as a high school football player. Hawkins in real trouble, has no chance.
He will go down. He will be sacked. Number 28.
That's been the story of the
Dylan
night.
Soar in on the coverage.
Dylan Soar is the latest Highlander to get to the quarterback of ECR.
Number 79.
Clock is
Justin
running.
Rico
We're
is
down
in
to
the ball
55
game.
seconds left.
He's at the nose.
El Camino's in no hurry. They know they can't win the football game, so we'll rehuddle.
It's going to be second down.
Every rep is valuable.
Hawkins.
Another perfect
Nice
strike.
catch by Jake Shirley.
Shirley again.
They're taken down quickly by Pierre O'Bannon.
Well short of the first down. O'Bannon with the stop. See how much ECR wants to run another play. They are going to get to the line. That combination of Hawkins to Shirley's been good in the waning moments of this game.
Well, that was a good throw by Hawkins.
Hawkins again. That one's dropped. That is the end of the night. A rare drop by Jake Shirley. It's a 30-2 win for the Granada Hills Highlanders, the green and white. Number 2, Darryl Stanley with a fine game, but he had a lot of help tonight.
I think there are some things that Bucky Brooks is going to go over with his team after this game. As big as the win was, 28 points, it could have been more. And they made some mistakes, and El Camino was able to force a couple of turnovers. All learning experiences at this level.
And on the flip side, the positive for El Camino, you say, hey, Brandy, they lost 30-2, is the defense. Offense had a tough night trying to protect Hawkins. Shirley had some moments catching the ball. Sanders was impressive on the flanks. Hawkins did his thing, but that offensive line didn't hold up. So the offense had a tough night. But defensively, even though they gave up 30, it really was on the offense because they put them in poor spots to try to defend.
And a couple of those Granada touchdowns coming as a result of turnovers, giving them the ball in good position.
Yeah, block punt, set up a touchdown. Here's a short touchdown run. That was O'Bannon getting in. 2 is Stanley. Green and white stood out this evening. Here's a nice one from Stanley again. This one was him showcasing some moves and some power. Didn't give up on the play at all.
Very impressive arsenal of running backs for Granada Hills.
Here's one for Jalen Sanders. I want to thank all our guys. Of course, the general manager, Carla Carlini, Larry Zavala. We work with him every week. That's another guy who happens to help out. Play-by-play guy. Dave Marcus, thank you very much. Didn't know we were going to have credits tonight. Gio. Everybody loves Gio and Carlo. We got great people on this crew. See some of the others. Alejandro does the graphics. Ben does the replay. Dan Villasenor, one of the best audio guys in the biz. The camera crew. Yuri, he's our guy that shot the open. Nice 50-yard touchdown run by Nasir there. Gladys is awesome, as is Lizette. Angel is our production assistant, and Annette Romero been on our crew all season long as well. And there's always, of course, Allison Torres. Scott Trumbo is our program director. We thank Scott for his help all season long. Dave, a final thought.
Interesting game. I'm sure that El Camino are not happy with the inability to get the ball into the end zone, but again, the defense did a pretty good job.
For Dave, I'm Randy. We'll see you next time. Well, remember, we'll be on SoCal Prep Report next Thursday. It was all Granada tonight. They win the game 30-2. It was a nice homecoming for the Highlanders. The team from El Camino Real will be back. They will be a playoff team. We don't know if it's Division I or II. We'll see going down the road. We'll see you down the road. Good night, everybody from Granada.